97.3.
Thank you, Jesus. So sing along with us. Wasafuti niwo yen Yesu yeah woman na benji. You can stand to your feet. Oh kwa yefo yeho yeah wo yeah woman na benji.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is Citi 97.3.
The Citi Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
And so, come on, help me now. Come on, help me now. Yeah, we here. We are the sheep of your pasture. Now, brother, wave your hands with us. Ankayen Sasaya Bawuchan. Come on, help us now. It's the mercy of God. 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 Yes, Lord. Somebody worship tonight.
Breakfast Show. The city's biggest conversation.
Yes, Lord. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus.
29 minutes past the hour of 6, 97.3 Citi FM. Bishop Steve Titilate with a beautiful, beautiful medley. Shepherd of our soul, you are the keeper of your flock. The Lord is our shepherd, we shall not want. He makes me to lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside the still waters. He restores my soul. He leads me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. It says, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art before me, or thou art with me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil, my cup runs over. He's our shepherd, he's our savior, he's our Lord, he's our King. And on the wings of the song, we welcome you to the Tuesday edition of the City Breakfast Show. We're here from now to 10 a.m. and it's a great platform to bring reason. It's a platform to bring meaning to the events that happen around us. Starting off with the newspaper review segment, there's business, there's sports. There's also a big conversation to be had today as we unveil our top 10 in the literacy challenge. We'll tell you more about our upcoming This is Ghana exhibition. All these and more coming up on the show. It's an interactive show. 054-998-6996. And if you've got big dreams for your business, let Access Bank take you there. Our W, in partnership with the WCI Forum, invites you to Istanbul, Turkey for a lifetime business experience you don't want to miss. Business leaders, entrepreneurs, investors, and go-getters in Istanbul is calling. Indeed, the trip is on, started on the 11th to the 18th. Call for more information about our next trip, 0800 004400. Access Bank W, inspiring, connecting, empowering. Access Bank, more than banking. A nation united in grief, a nation united in recovery, a nation united in prayer for our leaders. In the book of 1 Timothy 2, chapter 1 to 3, it says, first of all I exhort that prayers, supplications, intercession, and thanksgiving be made for all men, for those who are in authority, that we may live a quiet and peaceable life before God. For this is pleasing unto God our Savior, who wants all men to be saved and come to the knowledge of the truth. In the spirit of that, we intercede for our leaders, the President, the Vice, Speaker of Parliament, for strength to steer the ship of state in a difficult time, losing 8 of our very best in the line of duty in the most horrendous way. Praying for the families also of those affected, the spouses, the children, those who are near and dear, that God will provide them strength to go through. In times like these, all they need is strength to take one day at a time. So the families, some even have their parents living, mothers and fathers seeing their children die in such a horrendous way. It's a time for national unity also, putting aside political colors, religious differences, and rallying around the red, gold, and green. For this is Ghana. This is the territory God gave us to manage. This is the place God gave us to keep. So we use the power of radio to unite the nation around themes like discipline, like love, like hope, like confidence, like sacrifice, like empathy, giving back. Those are the true tools for national development. Money is important, but it's better to have the right mindset, the mores, the spirit of camaraderie, companionship, fraternity. These are the things that make for national building. They are the building blocks. They may not be seen, but they are very tangible. No nation can survive without these soft attributes. And so we bring you into the newspaper review segment sponsored by Fidelity Bank. It's back and it's bigger. Fidelity Bank Sika Boom Reloaded. It's a promo here to reward your savings with life-changing cash prizes. Deposit and maintain 500 cedis or more in your Fidelity account, and you could win up to 100,000 cedis in our grand draw. With every 500 cedis deposit growth, you stand the chance to win 5,000 cedis in monthly draws. If you don't have an account yet, open one, save smart, earn points, and win big. Fidelity Bank is here for your journey. Sika Boom style.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
Wake up in the morning and you know the money calling. Oh, you go work, but you know it's out in your side. If I believe with us, if I hold my hand and believe, cause you know it's out in your side. And when you dream, no say I live for you. And when you hustle every day, many wanna go. Anything you do. Believe with us, fidelity. Oh, if I know I need your side, fidelity.
The City Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
Oh, Ghana, land of gold, land of hope, our hearts are bleeding, it's time to heal. In just one moon, we've cried too much. 15 children gone in a rush, on their way to praise your name, but the road took them away. We lost our legend, our shining star. Daddy Lumber, your voice still travels far. And the skies grew dark that day when the chopper fell from grace. Now our streets are heavy with tears, our hearts are wounded with fear, but I hear a voice so clear, Ghana, we must rise. Heal Ghana, ooh, heal our land. Politicians, take each other's hand. Reach us, lead us, lift us in prayer. Kings and chiefs, let your wisdom steer. Let's put aside our pride, no more blood to stain our stride. Together, all together, we can heal Ghana.
6:38. So it's a song of the season, and quite strangely, we don't know who wrote it, but we still play it anyway.
Life is worth much more.
Putting into perspective the very terrible and difficult issues we've had to deal with for the past month as a country. But like a phoenix, we will certainly rise from the ashes of grief to the dawn of exciting regeneration. That's why we're here, to make a difference. My name is Ben Adavla. I'm here with Richard Sky and Francisca Kakra Forcing, and there's a number of headlines to be gone through. Lady and gentlemen, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Bernard.
Thank you. Good
Good
morning.
morning.
Yes.
Hope you guys are doing well.
Yeah, we're trying, but our griefs are not getting any easier because another terrible one is coming in from the middle belt of the country, the Asante people.
Stop adding
on.
adding sorrow onto sorrow.
I mean, it's just the season, it would seem.
No, but she's very old.
Yeah, but
And
nonetheless,
she died in a dignified fashion.
I understand.
So we don't necessarily. It's painful, but you need to add it to the tragedy.
Well, I mean,
Yes, when somebody dies. I mean, I read an article Sander wrote about his father's death. You know, there are some deaths you can celebrate because they've lived a full life and they went in a good time and it was not unexpected as against what has happened. So I'm not saying we shouldn't mourn, but we can mourn differently. If you add it to that one, it makes the thing too much.
No, well, I understand you, but it's death nonetheless. And that's my point.
It's just a transition.
I understand.
It's a transition to the eternity.
If because of my closeness to a stool, that's why I'm saying what I'm saying.
Oh,
so
I know,
it's okay.
I know. But the Asante Hima passes on in glory, 98.
Yes.
Only 2 years to 100.
Yes.
She's lived a full life. In fact, she's on the front pages all.
Yes. So the Ghanaian Times has that story. Asante Hima passes on at age 98.
Yeah.
Her beautiful photograph is here with the normal thing the Asantes the women normally use to wrap their hair. It's a beautiful photograph, smiling here. Also, let's focus on eternal values, not temporary gratification. It's coming in from the Assemblies of God Church. The photograph of Reverend Dr. Ernest Binkran is here on the front page. And then we're told that government invites tributes for victims ahead of Friday's funeral. So if you're interested in having your tribute published, please send your details to the government for the purpose. And also, book of condolence, vigorously fight Galamsey to honor memories of helicopter crash victims. That's coming in from Dr. Bamfo.
Okay. The Daily Graphic also has on its front page, Asante Hema Nana Kunedu Yadom dies at 98, 1 week observance on August 21. Prophecies, Christian leaders urge caution, and forensic testing, Ghana's DNA profiling capability limited. That's according to a lab scientist. And Shelter Afrique ordered to pay Blue Rose for breaches.
Let me take you to the Chronicle for this morning. The big story says, Ganja smoking cop pulls rifle on colleagues to allegedly prevent arrest of narcotic suspects at Adabraka. This is Charlie. This is very serious.
Ganja smoking cop pulls rifle on colleagues.
Yeah. To allegedly prevent arrest of narcotic suspects at Adabraka. Also, Kobene Japan wants by-elections scrapped, proposes a political convention. Is here on the front page, and Asante Hima, as we do know now, passes on.
And I'm staying with the Daily Graphic on the back page. Atuabo Gas plans to shut down for 2 weeks. Move won't affect power supply. That's according to the ministry. And 2 foreigners jailed for human trafficking, 3 for fraudulent acquisition of passports.
Let me take you to the National Enquirer. The fallen heroes, our tributes and dirges, and they've published very beautiful tributes about all the 8 victims of this disaster. Also on the front page, NPA warns against allowing children near Woodfield and Coalport fires. And then also in today's edition, they have Ghana's aviation tragedies from 1969 to 2005. They have a whole chronicle.
25.
Yeah, that's right. 2025. So a chronicle of all the losses we have suffered as a country. And then ahead of state funeral, government invites public to submit tributes in honor of the fallen 8.
To the Daily Guide and cover stories, MPP pulls out of Tamale Central by-election. Asante Hema Nana Ama Konedu Yadom III passes on. Also, helicopter crashed after 3 attempts to land. That's according to the Kumasi mayor. And 2 arrested for possessing 519 parcels of narcotics. And soldier, 6 others remanded over fuel tanker robbery.
Let me take you to the Daybreak newspaper. Soldier, 7 others charged for robbery, as you stated a short while ago. Also on the front page this morning, MPP withdraws from Tamale Central by-election, and then also chopper crash report ready in a month. This is according to an AIB commissioner.
So this is in a month from today, from so maybe in September.
Exactly.
All right, BNFT.
Yes, BNFT, BOG leveraging gold to hedge debt risks and restore confidence. Also, ring-fence legacy debt to protect banks' capital. That's Dr. Etiahene warning recapitalization efforts meaningless otherwise. Goldfields plans long-term stay, boosts local investment, and digital CD could be pegged to gold cocoa reserves. That's according to Professor Alagidede.
Taking you online, citynewsroom.com. Prophets should be discreet and sensitive. Bishop Osebunsu speaking. Also, over 490 youth organizations endorsed Baumia ahead of 2026 MPP presidential primary. Nimoy Thompson says, fight Galamsey to honor helicopter crash victims. Then there's a lot on Omani Boama from yesterday's point of view. He was behind key NDC Health Manifesto pledges according to Ablakwa. NDC has lost a great strategist according to Soji Tete, and the tributes keep pouring in. And then if you go to the other stories we have on Channel 1 News, the lead story there also has to do with Omane Boama. He was once an MPP member, according to some of the people who know him. Meanwhile, Defense Minister exemplified military honor code despite fear of choppers. This is CSA Deputy Director. Bagbin says, listen to prophets, don't ignore spiritual guidance. This is the Speaker of Parliament. Other stories, Otumfo announces death of his Asante Ima, Nana Kunedu Yadom III, and a whole bunch of stories. We go to myjoyonline.com. They're dealing with the discussions of the potential causes and the response. Bryce Simmons questions military's readiness for forest rescue operations after deadly crash. Meanwhile, Colonel Abuadin narrates steps that stalled set team's late arrival. All of those and more making the rounds online. So let's get into the details. Sky and Francisca, where do you want to start from?
Okay, you want to go with the prophecies because it's a big matter.
Yeah, it's everywhere.
So there's a presidential envoy on prophecies now.
Yes, so this is some advice coming from the Speaker, Alban Bagbin, Elvis Efriye, who is presidential envoy for interfaith and ecumenical relations, and also Apostle General Sam Kwanshankwa. The story reads: the request for prophecies to be conveyed to a higher political authority rather than declaring them openly has stirred interesting reactions from divergent standpoints. For instance, while the Apostolic Fathers, a group of Christian religious leaders, has raised concern about the rising trend of the prophecies and how they can be handled, the Speaker of Parliament, Alban Bagbin, has urged Ghanaians to take prophecies and warnings from credible spiritual leaders seriously, insisting that some tragedies could be prevented if such messages were heeded.
Okay, well,
hold on. Meanwhile, Bishop Osebunsu, who is a former president of the Catholic Bishops' Conference and Bishop Emeritus of Konongo Mampong Catholic Diocese, has advised clergy and prophets in Ghana to exercise restraint while delivering prophecies. His call follows what Francisca just read. Now, speaking to Citi News on Monday, Most Reverend Bishop Osebunsu stressed that prophets should be discreet and sensitive, particularly when sharing revelations with potentially negative implications. Now, Alban Bagbin, who's the Speaker of Parliament, has also said that we should not necessarily downplay the role of prophecies if they seek to warn about something that's going to happen. And of course, the graphic story that she was reading and captures almost various views on the matter. Coming to you now in the what paper is this?
So I have the Ghanaian Times. Just basically to draw your attention to the fact that the government has invited all of us to take part in the process of mourning our departed compatriots. So the story is on page 11 and says that ahead of Friday's state funeral for the 8 victims of the tragic helicopter crash, the government is inviting messages of condolence and heartfelt tributes from the public for inclusion in the official funeral brochure. Now, a statement signed by the Minister for Government Communications, Felix Kwachiofosu, encouraged interested persons and organizations to send their tributes to tributes@presidency.gov.gh, and we're told that the deadline for submissions is tomorrow, Wednesday, August 13, 2025, at 12 noon.
Let's go to the
Stay with the
Asante Hima.
subject of mourning. Yes, the Asante Hima dying at 98. And the story captured on page 13 of the Daily Graphic reads: the Asante Hima, Nana Kunedu Yadom III, has passed away at age 98. The Asante Hene Otumfo Tutu II officially announced her passing yesterday during an Asante Man Council meeting at the Meishia Palace in Kumasi, in the Ashanti regional capital. The 1-week observance will be held on Thursday, August 21 this year. Announcing Nana Yadom's death to the council, Otumfo said she fell ill on the morning of Thursday, August 7 this year, but passed on sadly later in the afternoon.
Well, just staying with these matters and then also the investigations currently ongoing into the death of the 8. If you go to page 3 of the Daybreak newspaper, we're told by the paper that the acting commissioner of the Aircraft Accident and Incident Investigation and Prevention Bureau, John M.K. Wumboti, has disclosed that a preliminary report on the recent military helicopter crash is expected to be released within a month in line with established protocols. Now, speaking to Ghana Web Television during the signing of the Book of Condolence at the Ministry of Environment, Science and Technology on Monday, August 11, 2025, he said, quote unquote, "We have protocols that we follow to conduct investigations. Now, the Air Force will trigger those protocols so that they will know when the investigation can be concluded concluded. And he says that normally the protocol is 1 month, and it will come out with.
Meanwhile, there are a couple of related
report.
stories here. Bright Simmons has been speaking on this. He's questioning the military's readiness for forest rescue operations after the crash, looking at the timeline of the incident and the response that was given. Imani's honorary vice president, Bright Simmons, has questioned the Ghana Armed Forces preparedness for rescue missions in difficult forest terrain following last Wednesday's tragic military helicopter crash. Speaking on PM Express on Monday, Simmons stressed that global standards exist for such operation and Ghana must adhere to them. He says there are rules around trying to make sure you have site containment. There are rules around trying to preserve evidence, preventing unauthorized access. These are all rules that we all saw on TV were not met. Now, authorities have cited the challenging forest terrain as a factor in the delayed response, but Simmons says this is an unacceptable excuse. Now, Colonel Festa Boaju, who is a retired colonel of the armed forces, has shared his assessment of what he believes caused the military search team's delayed arrival at the helicopter crash site in Adansia Krofrom district. Now, on the same program, he revealed that he's preparing a detailed paper on the tragic incident, covering how the immediate aftermath was managed, the securing of the site, and the search and rescue effort.
Okay.
Let me end that brief with one last one here on Channel 1 News. Volta River Aviation Helicopter makes emergency landing in Nkoko. So that's another emergency landing. I think the third or so in the past 3 or 4 days. Volta River Aviation Helicopter made an emergency landing at Nkoko near the Nkoko bypass in the Kwewu West municipality of the Eastern Region. Information reveals that the pilot and crew members on board Jet AI registration 9G AFW were making their way to Kumasi from Accra on the morning of Monday, August 11. The pilot had to force land the jet due to poor visibility as a result of the harsh weather conditions in the area. Channel 1 news sources at the scene confirmed that both pilot and crew members are safe, but it caused a bit of concern in the whole season that we're in.
Yeah, let me just draw your attention to 2 election-related stories connected to the tragedies of last week. So if you go to page 3 of the Daybreak newspaper, we're told that the NPP has decided not to contest the Tamale Central by-election, which is expected to be organized following the death of the Member of Parliament for that constituency. And then also, if you go to page 2 of the Chronicle, Kobena J. Pong has a view here. He is proposing that as a matter of political convention, political parties should scrap the whole idea of contesting by-elections, so that instead of contesting it, we should just replace.
Yeah, his point is that they've become too violent and it doesn't really make sense. I think we need to discuss this. It's a very important point. Now, I'll give you a last one before Francisca comes back. Helicopter crash, postpone Akwetia by-election. Election Watch to EC. So this is a third election-related story after the tragedy. So Election Watch, a civil society group, has called on the Electoral Commission to postpone the Akwetia by-election, currently scheduled for September 2, citing the recent death of Dr. Amani Boama, Director of Elections NIT for NDC, as a compelling reason for the change. In a statement signed, let me finish what they are saying, then you can tell me what you think later. In a statement signed by the conveners Mark Ewusi Ako and Jude Balma, the group referenced constitutional and legal provisions empowering the EC to adjust electoral timelines when necessary. They quote Article 296, where the EC is mandated to exercise the discretionary power in a fair and just manner. And they are saying, given the circumstances, a postponement would be in line with constitutional provision. They also say Section 13 of the Elections Act empowers the EC to make regulations and take necessary steps. Now, they basically said that the group said the EC itself publicly acknowledged Omani Boama's significant contribution to inter-party meetings, and that the demise of Omani Boama affects everybody, including the EC, and they think that it's time to postpone that election.
I respect their view, but in my respectful view, it's not constitutional. The language of the Constitution on by-elections is clear, that when it comes to the death of a Member of Parliament, it shall be done within 2 months after becoming aware of the, what do you call it?
So when did the man die?
It died on the 7th of July, and Parliament has since been put on notice. And therefore,
so
I don't
September
think...
2 is not... There's 2 months. You can think September 5. It's still 2 months.
No, let's not go into this.
No. What I'm saying is that the 2 months is not... The September 2 is not a hard 2 months.
It falls within the 2 month requirement.
So if they put it to September 5, wouldn't this be 2 months?
What is the wisdom pushing an election from November?
But the 2 months, if we don't do, what will happen? Would the heavens...
the Constitution says shall be done. Let's not encourage on constitutional. I respect the view.
The fact that the Constitution has said 2 months, so what's the purpose of the 2 months?
So that we can grieve properly and then also ensure
but we have a national tragedy, which is of monumental proportions.
But that doesn't mean that people should not be represented. That's the point.
But people were not represented for 4 years. Did the heavens come down?
No, but it was wrong then.
My brother. Anyway, Francisca, let's continue.
Yes, so let me bring you this story
They
from
accuse me of
Daily
constitutional
Graphic.
rascality.
Atuabo gas plant to shut down for 2 weeks.
Oh,
Move
Lord.
won't affect power supply. Now, the Ghana National Gas Company, or Ghana Gas, will undertake a scheduled maintenance of the Atuabo gas processing plant from Saturday, August 16 to Saturday, August 30 this year. During the maintenance period, the company would shut down the country's main natural gas source for 2 weeks. Though it would affect gas supply for power generation, the Ministry of Energy and Green Transition has given the assurance that it would make alternative fuel available to fill the gap.
Staying with some controversial issues.
Yeah, Charlie, let me take you
The
to
Chronicle is reporting that
Charlie.
a ganja smoking, is it police or soldier?
Charlie.
What was going on there?
So the story is on page 3 of
Ganja
the
smoking cop.
Exactly. It
Pulls
said-
rifle on colleagues.
Yeah, that's right. So
Oh.
the Circuit Court,
Charlie, what
Accra,
is this?
presided over by His Honor Samuel Bright Takwa, has remanded a serving soldier, Corporal Bernard Botte, and 6 other suspects into police custody in connection with the armed robbery and kidnapping of a fuel tanker. That's one of the stories. Now, the one that you were talking about is by Benis Besse. And it says a shocking incident involving 7 police officers allegedly pulling a loaded rifle on his colleagues to forcibly free a suspect in a narcotics case has landed 3 people before the Circuit Court 11 in Accra. Now, his number is provided by basically a corporal, Awudu Al Hassan Shaban, a 31-year-old police officer with the Regional Visibility Unit in Accra, is facing a charge of interference with arrest and seizure, contrary to Section 49A of the Narcotics Control Commission Act of 2020 at 1019. Now, Shaban, who appeared before Her Honor Basilia Ajay Teria on Thursday, pleaded not guilty. Now, he's standing trial with 2 others, a couple, Joyce Usabute, who is 40, and Joseph Amandi, who is also known as Blackie or Ufie, who is 58, and they are facing related charges, including unlawful control of narcotic drugs and abetment of crime. Basically, apparently, the police were going to effect an arrest of persons suspected to be dealing in narcotics drugs, and for some reason, this officer, we're told, pulled a loaded weapon on them to prevent
Francisca,
them.
this $100 million story, Ghanaians charged in the US, 4 Ghanaians. Do you have any more details?
Yeah, so the accused persons, the paper is reporting that they've been charged. The accused persons, Isaac Odro Boateng, aka Kofi Boat, Inusa Ahmed, aka Pascal, Derek Van Yeboah, aka Van, and Patrick Kwame Asari, aka Boga, are accused of running a sophisticated, I think the last person is still at large, but they have been accused of running a sophisticated criminal enterprise from Ghana and targeting vulnerable Americans. The indictment, a copy of which was reviewed by this newspaper, The New Republic, details a series of charges including wire fraud, conspiracy to commit money laundering, and receipt of stolen money. Each of these offenses carries a potential sentence of 20 years.
And I'm told the total amount involved is $100 million.
And yeah,
money, Charlie.
$100 million.
That's like $1 billion cedis.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Let me end with Nimoy Thompson. He says, fight Galamsey to honor helicopter crash victims. Speaking at the sign of a book of condolence, the chairman of NDPC, Dr. Nimoy Thompson, has called on the government to intensify efforts to combat illegal mining as a lasting tribute to the people who died in August 6 helicopter crash in the Ashanti region.
Let me say good morning to Chief Charles Kofi, who is a graphic designer. Chief Charlton Charles Kofi, a good friend I met today.
Chief Charlton Charles Kofi.
Yeah, CCC. So it'd be C cubed. Yes.
Oh, jump on now. Go, the go. Go me. Now what time will you come back where I don't hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car?
No, I not change my car. It be the same ride. It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so.
This is the type of fuel where they want to. Because now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive, sir.
Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mind, Seth, be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium, they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open them.
Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel?
Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you.
Hey, then make a finish my go be fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand my go be inside?
I give you info. Make a feel the go be too small.
Go, the gogo.
Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
7 o'clock, City Business News with EcoBank and MTN. Now Shikasi is here with the news. Good morning.
Good morning, Bernard. Hello and welcome to the breakfast edition of the City Business News, proudly brought to you by MTN, Goil and EcoBank. I'm Nashika Caesar. Coming up, financial sector assets hit 525 billion Ghana cedis in 2024. Also coming up, Ghana Association of Banks promises lower interest rates for businesses and households. And later, energy sector players advocate for boosting of natural gas supplies ahead of planned shutdown of a Tuabo plant. Let's settle for the details of our stories now. Ghana's financial sector closed 2024 on a strong note, with total assets jumping 34.6% to 525.59 billion Ghana cedis, up from 390.17 billion Ghana cedis in 2023. This is according to the 2024 Financial Stability Review. But despite the growth, its share of the economy dipped slightly, making up 45.2% of GDP compared to 46.4% the previous year. Here's more for the review themed fostering stability and resilience.
Per the report, banks remain the dominant player, holding 76.4% of all financial sector assets. Pensions followed with 16.4%, while securities and insurance held 3.8% and 3.4% respectively. Interconnections in the system are growing. Banks' exposure to other financial institutions rose to 286 million Ghana cedis, most of it, that is, approximately 272 million, were tied to the securities market. On the flip side, other financial institutions' exposure to banks surged to 11.56 billion cedis, up from the 8.14 billion cedis a year earlier. Securities firms led with 5.9 billion, followed by insurance companies at 3.1 billion cedis and pensions at 2.6 billion. Net claims also tell a story. Other financial institutions had 11.27 billion more with banks at the end of 2024, up from the 7.94 billion cedis the year before. It is a sign of just how closely linked Ghana's financial system has become and why trouble in one corner could quickly ripple across the rest.
Emmanuel Opong with that Business Desk report. Away from that, the Ghana Association of Banks is promising lower borrowing cost for businesses and households. The association stressed that lenders are expected to fully pass on the reduction to customers in line with the Ghana reference rate downward trend and monetary policy rate cuts. Daniel Sakite has more in the following report.
The group made the remarks during a visit to the ceremonial gardens of the Jubilee House, where they laid a wreath in honor of the 8 people who tragically lost their lives in last week's military helicopter crash. Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana Association of Banks, John Ewa, in a sideline interview with the media noted that with the policy rate reduced to 25% and the Ghana reference rate falling to 19.67% in August from 29.72% in January, borrowers with loans pegged to the Ghana reference rate should expect a corresponding drop in their lending rates.
The reference rate has also reduced from 23% to 19.67%, which is basically taking up the full load of the reduction in the policy rate. So if you are a borrower from a bank and your facility rate is benchmarked to the Ghana reference rate, as the reference rate has gone down from 22.23 or thereabout to 19.67, you should see the full weight of that reduction in your new lending rate. If you are going for a new facility and it's benchmarked to the reference rate, obviously you are going to have a lower lending rate.
President of the Ghana Association of Banks, Kwamina Asumeni, described the tragedy as a significant loss to the banking community, noting that some of the deceased were account holders with various banks.
This is a big tragedy, terrible tragedy, and we stand united in grieving with the families. For the banks, many of us had relationships with our comrades who've passed on, as you'd expect. Almost all of them, if not all of them, would have had a bank account. And so we're touched directly. These are people who are clients of ours, but more importantly, the servicemen and women who worked for our nation, and we're deeply grateful for their sacrifice.
You heard the president of the Ghana Association of Banks, Kwamina Asumini, ending that report by Daniel Sakiti. Moving on, the Center for Environmental Management and Sustainable Energy is proposing to the government to boost natural gas supplies ahead of the planned maintenance of gas processing plants. The move, it says, will cut costs and avoid reliance on more expensive alternative fuels. The appeal comes after the Ministry of Energy and Green Transitions announced a 2-week shutdown of the Atobo gas processing plant in the Western region, set for August 16 to 30, 2025. Benjamin Nsia, Executive Director of SEMS and an energy analyst, warned that without adequate preparation, the shutdown could strain both energy supply and public finances.
I think that we need to plan some of these maintenances and ensure that before the year starts, we know of these maintenance issues, and then engage in other fuel supply or natural gas supplies to continue to feed us more of natural gas. I think that we must begin to utilize the Tema LNG plant, which also is a terminal that is expected to be used in importing a lot of natural gas into the country. So when we begin to use some of these things, I think that in terms of the environmental impact, it may be limited because we may not diversify our energy sources into using other liquid fuels which have higher environmental consequences compared to the natural gas.
Benjamin Nsai is an energy analyst and the executive director of the Center for Environmental Management and Sustainable Energy, SEMS. Meanwhile, the Ministry of Energy and Green Transitions has assured that the scheduled maintenance of the Atobo gas processing plant will not disrupt electricity supply. The maintenance, set to begin on Saturday, August 16, is expected to run until August 30. Speaking to the media, the ministry's spokesperson Richmond Roxon said adequate measures have been put in place to prevent any inconsistent power supply.
This is scheduled over the period. We've seen a number of plants have routine maintenance, and this is one of them. We are looking within a period, we're going to lose 95 million standard cubic feet of gas. But the good thing is that the ministry has made provision to ensure that the people of Ghana continue to enjoy consistent power supply as we've seen over the period. So we are not expecting to have any load shedding. We are not expecting any disruptions in power. Alternative measures have been made. Adequate fuels have been provided, LCO, HFO, and then diesel have been provided to ensure that the other power plants run on these fuels so that at the end of the day, our power will still be on.
Richmond Roxon is spokesperson of the Ministry of Energy and Green Transitions. Moving on, the concerned Cocoa Farmers Association of Ghana has backed down on its planned protest scheduled for August 11, 2025. Instead, they have chosen to join the nation in mourning the 8 officials, including 2 ministers of state who tragically lost their lives in last Wednesday's helicopter crash. The protest, originally planned to take place at the Cocoa House headquarters of the Ghana Cocoa Board, was to register discontent over the price adjustment from 3,100 to 3,288 per 64-kilometer bag. According to the farmers, the 128 increase fails to reflect the rise in cost of inputs and the economic hardships they face. Although the group has postponed the demonstration, the association's president, Nana Boatin Bonsu, tells City Business News that the decision was purely out of respect for the grieving nation. Now, on the interbank market today, the dollar is going for 11 cedis 50 pesos, while the British pound is going for 15 cedis and the euro going for 13 cedis.
And that's it for the breakfast edition of the Citi Business News, proudly brought to you by MTN, Goil, and EcoBank. I'm Nashika Caesar. Many thanks for your company. Do have a great business day.
If you know these sounds, you didn't just live through the 90s. You lived the experience. Back then, connection took minutes. Today, it takes a blink. You express yourself with memes. You hold video calls across continents. You say hey to an AI who responds,
"Hello, Kwame."
You order rides, dinner, and dreams all from the palm of your hand. A lot has changed, so have we. For over 3 decades, EcoBank has evolved with you, leading digital banking in Ghana and across 33 African countries, pioneering solutions built around how you live, move, and dream today. From our express points to EcoBank Pay, online banking, and the mobile app, we are where you are. Here for today, ready for tomorrow. Now, that's change, powered by EcoBank.
EcoBank, a better way to bank your way. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Momo. It has made life happen in lots of good ways.
Mr. Kwanzaa, Mensaka insurance claim no.
It has put together beautiful weddings. It has filled the bellies of boys at their favorite watchy joint.
My guy, stop. Who they chop cancel these days?
It has made millions of businesses possible.
Mensaka no. We are back in business.
With just a few taps, money moves faster, easier, and safer. Momo understands the weight of your trust in us. We continuously enhance security with features like self-paying reset to help you protect your money. Momo will only call you with 0244 300,000. No MTN or Momo staff will call or ask for your PIN or one-time password. Do not transfer funds to anyone whose identity you have not verified. Do not approve any prompts you have not initiated. Momo, still Wunsaka.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
12 minutes past 7, the Citi Breakfast Show is airborne on 97.3 Citi FM. Citi Business News was brought to us by EcoBank. Isn't it amazing how the world is ever-changing and evolving? Fascinating to think about what the next big thing could be. Today it's AI. Who knows what tomorrow would be? One thing's for sure, a lot has changed, but guess what? So has EcoBank. For 3 decades, we've pioneered a range of digital-first banking solutions designed for the way we live today. From the mobile app to EcoBank Pay and express points across the country, EcoBank is right where you are. EcoBank, a better way to bank your way. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank. And of course, MTN's Ejumapa is also proud to be associated with the Citi Business News. It's more than a bundle, it's your new business bestie. With special data and call bundles, you can stay connected to your customers, suppliers, and everything that helps your hustle grow. MTN Ejumapa also comes with insurance benefits to help protect the businesses you've worked so hard to build. Because we know you're not just working for today, you're building a future. Dial *5060#. Grab your Ejumapa bundle. Let's go work on your success story. MTN Ejumapa, powering women in business. Kickoff is coming up next, brought to you by Lesheho. You deserve financial peace, and we're here to give you just that. Life comes with financial challenges, but with Lesheho, you don't have to face them alone. Whether it's education, rent, or unexpected expenses, we've got the right loan to meet your needs at the right time. Simply call or WhatsApp 027-004-0799. That's 027-004-0799. Let's make life easier together. Lesheho, let's improve life. And Polytank has been with us for over 30 years. The trusted brand by 3 generations or more. Make no mistake, choose quality guaranteed with Polytank. Whether it's a Rambo, the Hippo, the Sumo, or the Super Sumo, Polytank has the same price across the country. The original, always the best. Caution, we do not request for Momo payment online. Don't get scammed. And Shell V-Power is also proud to be associated with Kick Off with Dynaflex technology, specially formulated to clean and protect your engine, giving it the boost it needs. Fill up with Shell V-Power at a Shell service station near you and feel performance, feel confidence, and feel protection. Fuel the feeling with Shell V-Power. Go well. Grab your face here with the bulletin.
Thank you, Bernard. Tuesday morning, August 12. Welcome aboard to kick off on the Citi Breakfast Show. Coming up, it's Congress Day at the Ghana Football Association, which will be happening at the Ghana Man Soccer Center of Excellence in Prom. More on that, plus Ghana's fastest man, Abdul Rashid Saminu, will be on the tracks later this evening in Hungary. Love that, plus some transfer news in the next 10 minutes. Alright, I'm Gabio. For many thanks to Shao Goa, Zonda JH, Politangana, and Lasheho. Let's improve life. Well, let's start off with some athletics. In Ghana's 100-meter record holder, Abdul Rashid Saminu, is set to face the world's fastest man of 2025, Kishen Thompson, along with South African sprint star Akani Simbini, at the 8th Vian Gulai Memorial Meets later today in Budapest, in Hungary. The race will mark Saminu's debut on the European circuit following the conclusion of his collegiate season at the NCAA Championships in June. The 27-year-old has joined a breakout season in 2025, breaking Ghana's national 100-meter record twice. First, with a 9.86 seconds run at the end of May, before lowering it to 9.84 seconds 7 weeks later. A former University of Ghana student, his 9.84 seconds mark ranks as the 7th fastest time in the world this year. He will now test himself against one of the sport's elite, including Kishen Thompson, who clocked a personal best of 9.75 seconds in June to win the Jamaican National Championships. The start field also features Africa's fastest man in history, Ferdinand Omanyala, veteran American sprinter Ronnie Baker, Nigerians Kanyinsola Ajayi, and Jamaican duo Hakeem Blake and Rohan Watson, all of whom have gone under 10 seconds this season. The men's 100-meter final, the closing event of the evening, is scheduled to start at 17:27 GMT. Here's what Ghana Athletics President Bawa Fuseni had to say on the Ghanaians' race on Tuesday in Budapest.
We're excited that Samini is competing tomorrow in Silesia. We do expect him to repeat a good performance there. That will give him a very good profile leading to the World Championship. And it also will enhance his chances of getting a sponsor or a kid sponsor out there. It will be another high profile for him. Personally, that's a progressive move from student athletes to a professional athlete. Initially, I said it was Silesia. It is rather Hungary that he's competing with the top notch in the world. He competed with Thompson, Sambini, Blanks, you can name them. And this is a test moment for him. And I believe that he will live up to expectation. He will really show the world that he's an athlete who can run faster than the 9.84 seconds.
All right, so that's Ghana Athletics President Bawa Fuseni speaking on Ghana's 100-meter record holder, Abdul Rashid Saminu. He's in action later today in Budapest. Well, away from that, the Ghana Olympic Committee yesterday laid a wreath in honor of the 8 Ghanaians who tragically lost their lives in the August 6 helicopter crash during a government anti-galamsey mission. Now, the moving ceremony formed part of the nation's ongoing tribute to the victims, underscoring the respect and gratitude for their service to Ghana. Yes, what GOC President Richard Akpokavi had to say.
Ghana Olympic Committee is here, the Commonwealth Games Association of Ghana, representing all the national federations and all the athletes and coaches and officials in sports to lay these wreaths in honor of these gallant men who died in service of country. So we'd like to remember them for the service that they gave to this country. And it is important that we come here because we believe that this is what all sports people are supposed to do, to sacrifice for our country. And we are committed to instill this in our athletes officials and coaches, so that whatever we do, we remember that we are doing it for God and country. So we pray for them and continue to remember them in our prayers, that God may remember them for the service that they did for God and for this country.
All right, so that's GLC President Richard Akbukavi right there. Now we take you to Prom Prom because the GFA will hold its 31st Ordinary Congress later this morning at 11 a.m. at the Ghanaman Soccer Center of Excellence. The Congress is an annual meeting which takes place before the start of the new football season. And it's also a key platform for delegates, that's football delegates, to review the association's progress and discuss the direction of football in Ghana. Well, key on today's agenda will be to see if the football delegates would approve the extension of the GFA presidency from 2 terms to 3 as proposed by the Statutes Review Committee. Let's get to the CHAN tournament. And we had 2 matches from Group C. Yesterday, South Africa beat Guinea by 2-1. Uganda, one of the host nations, also beat Niger by 2-0. And the victory was a welcome response after Uganda's opening defeat to Algeria in their first group game. Later today, Senegal will take on Congo at 2 p.m. Senegal chasing a second win in Group D. And for Sudan, they will take on Nigeria at 5 p.m. The 2 countries are yet to pick out 3 points. But for Sudan, Ghana's Kwesi Appiah is with their CHAN team. He's the head coach and also doubles as the head coach for the main senior national team. Well, let's take you to Europe, and Spain's women's national team have parted ways with head coach Montse Tome and named Sonia Bermudez as their replacement. The Spanish Football Federation said Tome's contract will not be renewed when it expires on August 31. Well, Tome became Spain's first female head coach when she was appointed in September 2023, having acted as Villarreal's assistant until the 44-year-old was sacked amid the Luis Rubiales scandal. Well, staying in Spain, Villarreal's La Liga match against Barcelona in December could become the first European fixture to be played abroad after the Spanish Football Federation approved plans to host the game in the USA. The Federation will now seek permission from FIFA and the effort to move the game to the Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, which is scheduled to host 7 matches at the 2026 FIFA Club World Cup. The FIFA World Cup, not the Club World Cup. Here's more from Kavi Solikov, Sky Sports.
So, if you're a football traditionalist, this is absolutely terrible news. But I'm afraid we're now very, very close, months away, from seeing a major domestic European League game being played in a foreign country in America. What happens now is that this request from La Liga for Villarreal Barcelona to be played in Barcelona, it's got through the Spanish Federation. It now needs to be processed and approved by UEFA, FIFA, CONCACAF, which is the Confederation for North and Central America, and also the United States Soccer Federation. Once that is all done, then I think we're going to see this game between Villarreal and Barcelona being played just before Christmas in Miami's Hard Rock Stadium, which would be a first time that a Spanish league game has been played in the United States.
Interesting. That's Sky Sports' Kavi Solikov speaking there. Well, Manchester United's Benjamin Sesko has also opened up about his admiration for former United striker Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Now, the 21-year-old striker arrived from RB Leipzig for 76.5 million euros with an additional 8.5 million possible in bonuses.
I like to see him, the way he plays, the way he enjoys football. If you enjoy football, then everything works. And I think this is the most important, and basically just been my also dream maybe one day to meet him. That would be great. So yeah, in general, he is my idol.
Is he the type of player that you just really would love to learn from?
Yeah, of course, you know, trying to take some stuff from him, some especially like some similarities like with the high kicks and stuff we have definitely, and like power strikes. We are not the same. We have different, let's say, play style, but I still, if there is any situation, I try to do like he did, you know.
Manchester United have had some serious strikers over the years. Are there any others that you look up to as well?
For me, it's just, of course, there is Van Persie, Rooney, all those kind of guys. I've also been watching them, of course, on the videos. They've been great, of course. You know, you can admire him a lot, and yeah, I try to also show myself in a good light here, and try to help the team, try to help the club to be as high as possible.
All right, so that's United's latest acquisition, Benjamin Sesko. Well, to some transfer news, and Everton have agreed a season-long loan deal with Manchester City to sign Jack Grealish. The deal includes an option to buy for £50 million. Everton are interested in Leicester winger and Ghana's Abdul Fattah Isaku. He's one of the options they are looking at in that position after they failed with multiple bets for Southampton winger Tyler Dublin. Well, Manchester City are eyeing a sensational £87 million move for Madrid's Brazilian star Rodrigo. Sweden striker Alexander Isak will only stay at Newcastle or sign a deal if Liverpool make it clear they are not coming for him this summer. Well, let's finish off with this side news, and its Italian orienteer Mattia De Bitolis has died after collapsing during the World Games in China last week. The 29-year-old was found unconscious by organizers during an orienteering event last Friday in Chengdu. The Italian died on Tuesday, 4 days after his collapsing. De Bitolis' cause of death is unknown at this stage. Bringing an end to sports. For more, you can head to citysportsonline.com and on X at citysportsgha. Kickoff is proudly brought to you by Shell Go Well, Zonda GH, Polyton Ghana, and Lasheho. Let's improve life. I am Gabby Ofe. Enjoy the rest of your day. Do take care and bye-bye.
Services, innovative financial solutions. We deliver on our promise, cause we are number one. Let's go, we improve your life. Even when you're stuck with nothing, no matter your situation, let's go, we improve your life. Let's go, let's go, let's go, hey mama, hey mama, hey mama. Let's go, we improve your life. Papa no ankasa. Polytank is everywhere, durable and authentic. Stronger brand you can trust. Polytank, we get some more. The best.
Do you ever wonder how your car's engine is doing as you drive?
Not often.
Does it feel confident and protected, or is it tired and struggling?
I have a busy schedule, so I leave matters of my engine to Shell V-Power. With Shell V-Power, you can feel confident because it is the best ever fuel designed for performance and efficiency. Shell V-Power removes performance rubbing deposits, so you can feel protected.
Fill up with Shell V-Power at a Shell service station near you. Feel confidence, feel protection, and feel performance over and over again with Shell V-Power. Fuel the feeling with Shell V-Power. Go well.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
Everyone, prices continue to drop at Electroland Ghana Limited. CDF Picky promotion on Samsung, TCL, Media, and NASCO Electronics. Get a NASCO 24-inch LED flat for $899 Ghana cedis. Starting from 2,999 Ghana cedis, you can get 6 kg NASCO washing machine plus a free gas stove. And the Media Inverter 1.5 HP R410 Unicool split comes with a free blender. And when you purchase 6 65, 75, and 85 TCL QD Mini LED 4K TVs, you will get a free TCL FHD Smart Android TV. Now buy a Samsung 578, 582, and 636-liter side-by-side refrigerators and walk away with free microwave grill. Go to our showrooms and dealer stores across Ghana now. Call 050-315-9739 or www.electrolandgh.com for inquiries.
He's here, uncle.
Oi, you man, look at you, all grown up, innit? So good to see you, fam. I miss you so much. So good to be back home, bruv, innit? I can see a lot has changed, mate. Home sweet home, innit?
Sit down and let me serve you something delicious.
The food is looking good, fam.
Of course, some things never change. Just like how Gino tomato mix still gives my food that rich color and unique natural taste every time.
Hey, sister. Papupun sanu ankasa. Just like I remember. Inquire. Jollof ne die. Jaika. Eye danka sankasa.
Hey, ente duane na ma ukasa na sisa sisi.
Say Gino die. Efie ni fie.
This advert is FDA approved.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show. The city's biggest conversation. The Citi Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
The Money Matters segment is brought to you by Petra. Petra, achieve more.
Welcome to the Money Matters segment with Petra. Are you just making money, or you're intentional about building long-term wealth? True financial strength isn't just about income. It's about how well you protect and grow it. Petra is here to help you lock in your gains with smart money moves. Whether it's tax-smart investments, emergency funds, or risk management. And the best part of it is, we'll come to you for a quiet one-on-one review to map out your next financial milestone. Move beyond earning income. Let's build legacy. Dial *447*70# to speak to an advisor now. Petra, achieve more.
The Money Matters segment was brought to you by Petra. Petra, achieve more.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is Citi 97.3.
Bye.
7:35 on the City Breakfast Show. As we get through the difficult times facing us, remembering we have a nation to build, rallying all troops to get involved in the project to save Ghana. Happy birthday to Francis Lloyd Kofi of Stanbic Bank Mevenbig branch. May the Almighty bless you with long life and good health from Doji and all the Bishop Bowers 2004 classmates. Happy birthday to the Chief Executive Officer, Mr. Ernest Kwabena Frimpong. On your special day, we thank you for your guidance, your dedication, and the heart you put into everything you do. As you turn 50 today, may your years ahead be filled with boundless joy, good health, and continued success. From all of us at Bedrock Insurance. Please wish my daughter or our daughter Elom Nanekia Jogbenuku of Hope College Gomafete a glorious happy birthday as she turns 16 today. From Vida, your mother, Makafu, your sister, and Dr. Robert Kwame Jogbenuku, your dad. Elom Nanekia Jogbenuku, happy birthday. You know, it's very interesting. Yesterday I interviewed Samuel Okujeto Blakwa, which apparently yesterday was his birthday.
Oh, Okujeto.
And he described it as his worst birthday.
Oh my word.
Because his friend and mentor had died. It was such a poignant reminder of the many ties. You know, sometimes they say it's when a snake dies that you see its full length. The number of people who had connections with these 8, it's very surprising, particularly Omani Boama. A lot of different angles of tribute, friendships, even from across the aisle. You know, a lot of political opponents, you would say, will be texting to say, look, I want to comment, I want to pay tribute. It tells you that sometimes, you know, the way you live your life is like a book being written. You know, and I feel like, of course, it's been said the best way to honor them is at least let's do something decisive about Galamsey, because we know that was the event they were going for. It was a Galamsey related event, and this should really give us the impetus to take decisive action against this menace. It's become, you know, proverbial. You know, so I think that if there's anything you need to do to honor their memory, I think we can say that the death of the 8 was one too much. You know, the Galamsey thing has taken many lives, taken rivers, taken forests, taken cocoa farms, took Major Mahama. And you can say it has taken these 8. You know, so I really hope that in the grief, because the thing about grief is you can channel it. You know, so it breaks you, it makes you quiet, but you can channel it to become a motivator. And I feel like as a nation, with all the various things that are happening, you know, the 5th, 16, then Lumba, and then the 8, there's a way you should channel the collective grief into some resolve to say that this is a turning point in the fight against Galamsey. Nimoy Thompson has also said this. He was interviewed during his book on condolence signing, and he said the same thing, that we need to, let's not waste this opportunity. You know, because look, everybody's coming together. You see Kufuor, Dr. Bawumia, and Mahama. You can tell that this has really hit us hard as a country. Do we just mourn and then cry and go back to business as usual? It shouldn't be so, you know. So I think on about 2 or 3 levels, the Galamsey fight is one, and also on the whole safety culture thing, you know, we shouldn't do a Fama Nyame with this one. Let's wait for the report. Let it be thorough. Let's scrutinize the fleet. All right. So, somebody was telling me that, and I was very surprised to hear this, that this is the main helicopter even the president uses. I was shocked to hear this. I always assumed that because typically presidents use different planes, when it came to helicopters, it would be the same agenda. But apparently, this is the same helicopter the president uses. Which is why this investigation must be I think it must be independent, it must be thorough, and it must also be time bound, right? And I can see why some people are concerned that if they leave the investigation to just one group, they may have an interest to do it in a certain way. But Sky, this is the helicopter that flies the president. This is the helicopter that flies the president. We don't know if it's the same pilot, but it is the same helicopter. And that changes the equation. All right, so we need answers. And again, sometimes we are not able to differentiate between the need to mourn and tap into faith and the divine, but that must move side by side with responsibility to do what is required so that posterity will also find solace. You get it? So a lot of times what we do is that the person is dead. Let's not go too much into this. So people don't even want to do autopsies. It's already dead. It's okay. Let's just bury and let's move on. I think that moving on should not mean a non-reckoning. You see, so you can move on and say we are at peace that the person is gone, but we have to find out, could we have done anything to prevent it? How do we ensure that it doesn't occur again? What policy changes must we implement to reduce its likelihood to the barest minimum? So giving it to God does not mean you don't have a responsibility. You see, so I think this Fama Nyame syndrome has been misused. Fama Nyame is essentially to say that vengeance is the Lord's. All right, so there are some things that only God can do. We understand that. But Sky, God will not do by miracle what you must do by responsibility. So I feel like the Ghanaian psyche must be prepared to go into the details. So for example, when people talk about the emergency response, it's not a blame issue. You see, because a life unexamined is not worth living. If you don't go through the process of review, you cannot improve. Now, reviewing the emergency response is not to say it means that you have killed somebody, but at least we can say this is what we must change so that another person, in the past 3 days, last week there was another helicopter incident, true or false, in the Agona something area. Then there's yesterday another helicopter, VRA helicopter, stopping. People will be afraid. So how do you remove the fear? Do a thorough study. Be objective about it. Was it mechanical? Was it logistical? Was it just the weather? Was it human error? Do all those things. And then share the portions that are shareable. Of course, some are security and may not be shared for the public. We don't have any problem with that. Now, moving away from that into the general safety discussion. The Ghana Medical Association said before this crash, I think they said it last week or sometime this week, that they believe that road crashes are a public health emergency. I'm not sure Ghanaians heard it. I don't think I think because of all that's going on, we haven't processed that. If the GMA is declaring road crashes a public health emergency, I think we need to let us sink in a bit more. It means that your likelihood of dying from a road crash is much more than malaria, typhoid, hypertension, stroke, diabetes. All the things we spend a lot of money on. Funny, we spend a lot of money on communicable and non-communicable diseases. All right, the so-called double disease burden. So a lot of discussions around lifestyle, eat well, hypertension, stroke, diabetes, the non-communicable, the communicable, typhoid, malaria, diarrhea. They are saying that road crashes are a public health emergency. I read a report on Ghana for some people, external people, who said you are more likely to die in Ghana from a road accident than from a mosquito bite. It's very serious. So why am I bringing road crash? It's a culture of safety. It's a culture of safety. The way people drive, visibility, the risk they take, lack of road markings. Roads are done. There are no street lights. There are no reflectors. You can have a whole beautiful road. I don't even know where I was this week. Sky, I drove. Yeah, I was coming. I went to Pando. So I used the Eastern Corridor Road from Sikuma to Peki to Peve to Have to Amfuega, passed through Wusuta Junction, ended up at Pando. If somebody is driving on the Eastern Corridor from Esikuma to Peve after 7 p.m. and it's raining, if somebody has left the car there without a triangle, they will die. There's no street light, and the road is not marked. So even if there's no street light, you can't put street light everywhere. Mark the road. If you can't mark the road, put a reflector on the road. Sky, I drove for over 170 kilometers. I can say from Temamoto roundabout to Pando, less than 10% of the road is marked. You know, now that tells you that we don't take road safety seriously. That's just what it is. And I can say that, if somebody can correct me, I don't think 20% of our roads are marked. Sky, if you don't mark a road, how do you expect somebody to drive? Because the road marking is your relationship with the road. So actually, you are telling people that you can drive anyhow. So if you put up a road and you don't mark it, you are telling people that, oh, the purpose of the road is for you to speed, to get to your destination, whichever. Do you understand? In every serious, and I was in Togo 2 months ago. As I crossed the border from Akanu to Nuepe, if you turn right, you're going to Lome. Turn left, I'm going up to Baja. The street markings were very clear. The equivalent of that road was the Joja to Ho road.
Horrible.
You know, so I am saying that Ghanaians, let's also accept that we have a problem with safety. Maybe let me keep pushing it. So, accident or crash, a consequence of lack of culture of safety. Lack of culture of safety, possible consequence of low value for life. Low value for life as a result of a misinterpretation of Amenyame. So at the heart, because everything you see physically has a non-physical cause. So the fact that they don't mark the roads and the fact that people drive by heart tells you that maybe the society does not value human life to the point of putting in place safety measures around driving. Okay, I think that's where the thing has gotten to. So let's not waste this tragedy. The tragedy is immense. You know, Sky, I even respect those who've been able to write tributes. I'll tell you something. When somebody close to you dies, one of the most difficult things to do is to write a proper tribute. So I am even impressed with, like yesterday, I read something that Emiliata wrote. She's done so well. To be able to pull that, you are a writer, Apioko. To organize your thoughts despite the suppressive power of sad emotions, to put pen to paper, to be logical, coherent, and even hopeful. That's extreme power. So when the government says supposed to bring tributes, they are asking people to go into the deep recesses of their heart to overcome the pain. Now, if we can do that, why can't we use the same level of emotional strength to say, let's change the way we organize our society? All right, let's change the way. And I think our lack of a safety culture will cost us immensely. Again, I don't know what caused the crash, but I can say that as for road crashes, I can tell you that there's no culture of safety. To the extent that roads are not marked, it's a problem. So please, Ghana, let's channel our collective grief into substantive policy change, attitudinal behavioral change. Let's place the human life at the center of every policy we make. Not how much money we make, not the procurement potential. How will this affect lives? Contractor, when you finish a road, don't give people access to the road if you haven't marked it. Don't give people access to the road if you haven't given it road signage or you haven't put on reflectors. It's dangerous. It's better to drive on a bad road and drive slowly than to speed on a fully asphalted road without markings. It's very dangerous. So I want to urge all of us, from the built environment professionals to policymakers to media, to re-emphasize safety, public safety, not as a business but as a culture. Public safety. 10 minutes to 8 on a City Breakfast Show. Thanks for indulging me, guys. And speaking of writing, Abiyokwasi Ramashong is our head of programs productions. He's here to give us the final list of participants in the third stage for the literacy challenge. Started with the essay competition, where we brought in many essays. We whittled down to the top 50. Top 50 entrants were placed under some strict conditions to take an aptitude test, which was a general knowledge quiz. And the examiners are ready with the final list of 10. So today, Apioco is going to announce the top 10. Before I get there, though, have you managed to... What's the most difficult thing you've written since you're a writer? And what I'm saying, is it true about writing through grief?
Bernard, is very true. And I actually wrote, I've written 2 pieces of grieving within the national context recently. So I wrote a piece for Lumba. I've written one for the departed 8 as well.
Mm-hmm.
And it is very difficult because, just as you said, being coherent, if you don't have a strong hold on your emotions, one, you'll not be able to sift through them to even know exactly how you're feeling. It's a very interesting paradox. So you're feeling a lot of things, but you don't even know what you're feeling to pen it down.
Anger, fear, bitterness, resentment,
you
all
know,
within one.
Questioning your faith. It's a whole lot of things. And then the second layer is, now you know what you're feeling, but how do you communicate it to other people? Because once you're writing it, you're not just writing it for yourself. You want other people to understand what you're feeling. So it is a very difficult thing. The most difficult thing I've written, there's so many of them, so many, but I'll tell you that even this piece that I wrote for the departed 8 was very, because I wrote it on the 7th. I couldn't sleep on the 6th.
Wow.
And when you get to that height of being a writer as well, you feel emotions very deeply. It happens with artists in general.
It's pulling you.
You feel energies and just lots of heavy weight. I couldn't sleep.
So you had to write it.
So I had to write, and until you write, you don't get that catharsis. You don't get it's like something sitting on top of you, you know.
So those who write tributes for the departed, we will value those tributes.
Oh yeah.
Because I think that they are true. You know, I won't share my experience today. Now, some people wrote essays, and we picked the top 50, which was a nice mix from about how many regions?
We had 8 regions.
Which wasn't bad in the top 50.
In the top 50.
But for the first time, we got entries from all 16 regions, which is really
brilliant.
Good. Now, you put them through another test.
Last Saturday. So last Saturday at the British Council in Accra, they wrote an aptitude test. It was general knowledge. They had different things that they had to interact with as well on the test to answer certain questions. It was pretty interesting for them. And based on that aptitude test, we have our top 10 for the Literacy Challenge 2025.
All right.
Now, unfortunately, we have just the Greater Accra region
in the top 10.
And then, and then the Northern region in the top 10. We wanted to see more, but unfortunately, that didn't happen. But we were able to award each of the top 50 from the 8 regions with certificates of participation, and then we decorated them with medals as well, with their parents present. So it was a great time on Saturday, but now we have our top 10.
So again, are you going to list this in any particular order, or this is the top 10?
No particular order, just the top 10.
Wonderful. So you're going to give them the name, the school, and the region. Okay, so which way are you going to start from?
Okay, so again, in no particular order, we have Precious Yafi of the Glorious Child School Limited in the Greater Accra region.
Glorious Child School Limited. Do you know where that school is located?
I don't know exactly
Glorious
where it is.
Child
No,
School.
I don't know
There's
exactly
so many
where it
private
is.
schools
Now there are too many.
We've
in this particular competition, we've seen names of schools that we've never encountered before.
Shall serious?
You know, so many.
That's Precious Yafi.
Precious Yafi.
That's number 2.
Number 2, Eduji Kofi Yebo, Covenant Presby School, Jorolu, and that's the school of the reigning champion, the HSC Challenge.
Private school as well.
It's a Presby school.
Presby school, so it's
a mix.
Eduji Kofi Yebo from the Covenant Presby School. What's number 3?
Ama Santua Duncan.
Which school
Bishop
is this?
Bowers School, Matabio Koshi.
Bishop Bowers. Yeah. I'm sure we all went to uni with, or secondary school, some Bishop Bowers people.
Oh, quite a number.
Yeah, because you went to Holy Child, so obviously there'll be Bishop Bowers people there.
Quite a number.
Because the Catholic schools, they like sharing themselves.
Yeah.
So a lot of them will go to. So I went to school with some as well. So that's Amas and Duncan.
Yes.
Okay. I just Google the Glorious Child School.
Where is it?
We're told it's in the North area of the Greater Accra region.
That could be Kwabena.
That could be
area. It could be anywhere. Anyway, number 4.
Number 4, Adongo Naphtali Atinga.
Atinga?
Yes.
Tinga.
From the Abe Halperin School Limited in Tamale.
Abe
Northern
Halperin School
region.
in Tamale.
Yes.
These names. Adongo Naphtali Atinga.
Atinga.
I like the name Atinga.
Tinga be Atinga.
It sounds like somebody from the Upper East region.
It does.
It's definitely a
So I mean, possible that they live in the northern region. But
if you see a name Adongo, it's definitely from the Upper East region. But he lives in Tamale.
he lives in Tamale.
Or she. Is it a boy or girl?
No, this is
Naphtali. Naphtali is a boy.
It's a boy.
Naphtali is a boy.
It's a boy.
Yeah.
It's a boy.
Naphtali was one of the sons of Jacob.
It's a boy. Yeah.
Yeah, Naphtali. So that's number 4. Number 5.
Number 5. Ekuya Nchua Kwating, Christ the King International School.
All right.
In the Greater Accra region.
This is Christ the King.
Yes, Christ the King here.
They always do this. Christ the King.
They always manage to show up somewhere.
Yeah, Christ the King is always in there. So Ekuya Nchua Kwating.
That's right.
Christ the King cantonments here in Accra. Number 6.
Number 6, Hubert Asiedu Lutrot, Wellspring School, Ablekuma.
Okay.
Greater Accra region.
Wow. Hubert Asiedu Lutrot. Wellspring in Ablekuma.
That's right.
Ablekuma sounds rural. Now it's part of
Accra. Ablekuma. Now Ablekuma is so urban.
Is that the same as Farm Milk?
Yeah,
that area.
First time of Farm Milk. I can call the place Farm Milk. That's number 6. Number 7.
Number 7, Aviel Velda Bire, Covenant Presby School, Greater Accra region. So she and Eduji are from the Reigning Champion School.
Wow. Covenant Presby, they mean well.
Oh, they do.
They are wild. So that's Aviel Velda Bire.
That's right.
Number 7. Number 8.
Number 8, Lillian Nakisha Mwaku, Silicon Valley International School.
Silicon Valley.
Wow, and this is her second time in the top 10. Last year, she was in the top 10.
Lillian.
And she's come back to see if she can make it to the top spot. Yeah, she's only 12.
She's only 12. Lillian Nakisha. That's number 9 or number 8?
Number 8. That's number 8.
All right.
And number 9, Karen Ama Isuman. Jira International.
Ashaman.
Ashaman.
Wow. Ashaman to the world.
Wow, that's my place.
I think we had a previous winner from there.
Yes.
That's my place.
Karen Ama. Where do you go to?
Ashaman was my first constituency.
Dakuma official.
No, Dakuma was later. Ashaman was the first base. You know, I couldn't come from Ashaman to Shashi because so I had to move. But Ashama was my original base, so the people of Ashama.
But you too, if you are moving to Shashi, is it Dakuma you go? Charlie, they talk also from Ashama to Dakuma.
No, because that man you can join a Kapovi, but Ashama you don't go fit join a Kapovi. You understand?
Ashama is far.
Yeah, because Ashama, you know, like a base no will work.
But your solution was Dakuma.
Yeah, like a base. If you day inside, you just pass the corner, greet the brothers.
One day I'll let you take me through your route. The shortest distance between Dakuman and Shashi. Only this guy knows that route. He has some lungus. You jump some gutter just to get. This man, you tired. Hey,
we thank
from Dakuman to Shashi to do
thank God for how far you've come.
Yeah, sitting here telling me constitutional law. You don't be serious. So Karen Ama Esuman, Jira International Ashaiman, and then number 10.
And number 10, last but definitely not the least, Richard Akrofi Majete, Southbridge Montessori School, Greater Accra.
Wow.
So, from the names you mentioned, I can see 4 boys and 6 girls. But I'm not sure if Precious is a boy or girl, because Edwiji Kofi is a boy, Adongo Naphtali is definitely a boy, Hubert Asidu is a boy, and then Richard is a boy.
Right.
But Precious, we have to
it could be anything. Well,
yeah. But
I mean, unfortunately, you know,
boys Precious.
Oh yes.
Oh yes, sometimes you do.
Precious one.
No, you know, we met all the top 50 contestants on Saturday, but you know, in the mix of getting everything together, you can't remember everyone's face. You know, so unfortunately, I can't tell you whether Precious is a boy or a girl.
Let me go to the list again. Precious, we have Fig Glorious Child School, Eduji Kofi Iyebowo, Covenant Presby, Ama Santewa Duncan Bishop Bowers, Adongo Naphtali Atinga, Abe Halperin School, Ekuya Nchua Kwating, Christ the King International, Hubert Asiedu Lutrot, Wellspring School, Aviel Velda Gire, Covenant Presby School, Lillian Nakisha Amwakun, Silicon Valley International, Karen Ama Suman, Jire International, and Richard Akofi Majite, Sabit Matsuri. So what are they doing now?
Okay, so Bernard, hang on. Precious is a girl. So when they came, our photography team, we had them take pictures of them. So we have nice pictures for their flyers and whatnot. Precious is a girl.
So 4 boys and 6 girls.
Okay. 6 girls.
Wow. Now the what's the next?
To do male empowerment.
Hey.
No, it's serious. Look, I went to Kwando Secondary to do animation over the weekend. And Sky, the school used to have more boys than girls. Now the head teacher tells me for all classes, the girls are more than the boys. And for the numbers he gave me for the school, I was so surprised. The girls completely outnumber the boys by sometimes a factor of 2. Like the school had 3,600 students and 1,474 boys. 2,125 girls. So the girls are about 600 more than the boys.
Wow.
Serious.
It's a mixed school. Yeah.
That's serious.
No, but
that's Mando Senior High.
But you go to a lot of schools and you hear things like that there are more girls than boys. Even when you see graduation ceremonies,
are people giving birth to more girls than boys?
So we need to find out. This research
if we use this studio
done.
as a sample, we are giving birth to more boys than girls. Because this guy, you have. No. If you add me, we are trying to find out.
Why you run away?
No, you can look. Shiba can easily check this. You can go to the census
I mean,
and look
women,
at the age breakdown.
No,
but I'm talking about the age breakdown of the women. So if you have more women than men, I think women live longer than men generally. So maybe the older women may be more. But are people giving birth to more girls than boys?
Yeah, that's.
You can check that from 0 to 9.
Yeah, we need to find out.
Yeah, but it's fine. They are both human beings. Yeah. So that's what is important for now.
I mean, we love it.
So what are they doing?
Yes, so the next stage, level 3, it's a live quiz, which will be broadcast live on Channel 1 TV this Saturday, the 16th of August. And we will be doing this from the Alisa Hotel.
Wonderful.
Live in Accra.
What time?
We'll start at 1 p.m. because, of course, we need to make way for the big issue, which airs live on Channel 1 TV and Citi FM. And then after that, we go into quiz mode. So within this period, we're engaging the top 10, speaking to them, making sure that they understand everything that's going to happen on the big day. And then, we
I want you to do something
going.
for
That's
me
what
as well. The top 10, I want you to find the physical location of the schools. I just want to do some experiment. I'm told Glorious Child is at Pokwase.
Okay.
I like to know where the schools are located. I noticed that because of traffic, a lot of good schools are now moving out.
Yeah.
They don't want to be inside anymore. So there are lots of schools in Ablekuma, Pokwase, Shikpontele,
That's very true.
Kasua. It's like they don't want to even come close to home because where their parents work. So I think parents are preferring schools closer to where they live than to where they work.
Yeah, because either it means that if you're in the Kaswa area and beyond, if your child is going to come to school, let's say.
So let's drop them off first and come to work.
Precisely.
Or let somebody drop them off first.
Yes, and then also pick them up after school so that they're closer and they're not sitting in traffic for 2 hours.
So where is Southbridge Montessori?
Southbridge, I believe, is in the Dansuman Mamprobi area. We went there last year.
So Jira is in Ashaiman. Where is Silicon Valley?
Silicon Valley is Ofanko.
Ofanko?
Yes.
Covenant Presby Jowulu. Wellspring School, where is that?
Wellspring, I don't know. We'll have to check that one.
There was one you said, okay, Wellspring.
So Glorious Child is in Pokwase.
Okay, no, Wellspring is Ablekuma.
Ablekuma. Which is also outskirts.
Yes. Christ the King is Cantonments, but that's an old one. So, been around for
So
many
if you talk
decades.
about school, there are only 2 old schools, Bishop Bowers and Christ the King, which is another issue. So, so we're seeing a lot of new private schools do very well.
Right.
So when I was young, the best schools, Morning Star, Richard School, Northridge Lyceum, Bishop Bowers,
Christ the King,
Alcid Academy, Christ the King, and University
Primary.
Those were the key. May have forgotten 1 or 2 in Accra. Now, schools all over.
Yeah.
Now it's like there's the school business has become serious.
Yeah.
So there are very good schools which they don't have a household name, but they are doing very, very well.
It's true.
And the other question is, if you look at the amount they pay, yesterday a friend of mine was going to pay. This is a true story. Her daughter went for the whole thing is annoying. The girl went to do. She has finished KG, so she's going to class 1. She went to do an entrance exam, which for me is a problem in a way.
Same school?
A different school. She went to write an entrance exam. Do you know how much the person is supposed to pay? 10,000 cedis.
for the admission?
For class 1.
I think it's nursery 2 or class 1. Either nursery 2. 10,000 cedis in this Ghana.
Yeah, schools are very expensive.
And compare that to what the government pays per student. You see, like we are not being true to ourselves. And these schools, there was a day I looked at the data set. The private schools in Accra, I think they even outnumber the public schools now.
No, it's believable.
Oh, they are close.
Yeah.
But when I looked at the entrance into SHS from JSS, majority of them came from private schools.
Serious.
Prior to free SHS. Okay, now, if you look at the school fees these schools charge, I'm not saying they are being exorbitant. Maybe for them, that's the true cost of educating a child. Right. Compare that to how much the government spends on capitation grant.
Yeah.
There's something wrong.
Night and day.
Somebody's charging 10K for nursery 2 or class 1. Meanwhile, for a whole school, for some public school, the whole 10K could be the capitation grant for the whole school for the year. Yeah. How are you going to compete?
It's night and day.
You know, there's something fundamentally wrong with what we are doing. We are not saying private and public schools the same, but the gap is too much.
No, because when you look at the private schools, even the inputs,
Edwin, where are you? Please come on.
The inputs for educating the children, the young people. So, you know, in times past, you'd have abacus in a private school. You won't see it in a public school. You know, now there are all sorts of things. KG, building blocks, things that are supposed to be testing their motor skills. Even the books. My children at KG level, their books are more than my JS.
No, guys,
no, I'm telling
the
you.
education thing is for me, it's a national conversation we must have on how do we, because you see, a system is only as strong as its weakest link.
Absolutely.
If people who go to public basic school cannot compete globally, we don't have a chance.
No.
And if you are giving 30 cedis capitation grant, Sky, even your house, 30 cedis. 30. Your son will say, Daddy, why? 30 cedis. You get it? How much do you spend on food a day for one child?
Yeah.
So we have to come up to say, let's find a sustainable way of equipping public schools so they can be competitive. Now, the essay competition, 80% are private schools. And the schools are pushing 10,000 cities for class 1. Is it necessary too? I don't even know.
Yeah.
10,000, oh.
Yeah, even that one, I mean, on average, that may well be below the average.
And they haven't even added other things. So this is the admission fee. Why?
So it means they are paying their teachers better?
Not necessarily.
No, but
they don't necessarily. Not necessarily. The private school,
also just be a business.
The public school teachers actually tend to be more committed generally, but the private school teachers are supervised better.
That's
let me explain. The public school teachers are better trained.
Yeah.
The private school teachers are better supervised.
Right.
So in private schools, the head teacher will make sure the teacher does what has to be done.
That's true.
In the public school, the teacher is well trained, but he's on his own, and he's not motivated because he probably feels poorly paid. So it's a very complicated situation we have.
Well, I mean, even that is arguable. That you have better in terms of the best schools around, because normally if you go to these private schools, you see degree holders in those.
Yes, for the high level ones. We're talking about the average private school.
Yeah, then that one.
They don't look at certificate to hire you generally. But I think it's changing.
Yeah,
I think it's changing. Anyway, Afioko, thank you. So Saturday is the big day.
It is.
Edwin, I'm so sorry. Tech social media trends brought to us by First Bank Ghana. Sign up your child for our Kids First account designed for children up to 12 years old. You can sign them up also for the Me First account for 10 to 14-year-olds. And there's also the First Bank Ghana Junior Internship Program, which is running this long vacation from 14 July all the way to 12 September. And it's a week for your child to take part in job shadowing, learning presentation skills, all those beautiful things happening. Call 026 086 0250. That's 026 086 0250 to register your award for the First Bank Junior Internship Program. First Bank is proud to be associated with Tech and Social Media Trends. Edwin.
So, Bernard, Akwetia and Tamale Central are the top two trends in Ghana because the NPP says they will not contest the Tamale Central by-election. Of course, remember Dr. Ibrahim Mutala Mohammed was the MP for Tamale Central before his demise in the unfortunate helicopter incident. So social media is definitely on this topic because there are so many angles to it. First, a number of people feel it's magnanimous of the NPP to take such a decision. Other people say that they know they won't win a by-election, which is why they decided to do this. A third group also feels that they are trying to force the NDC to also take a similar decision in Akwetia and maybe pull out from that race as well. Of course, the Akwetia by-election is set for the 2nd of September. Supporters of the NDC say they have taken similar decisions in the past. For example, they withdrew from the Ejiso by-election in 2024 following the death of John Kuma. And also, even before that, they withdrew from the Ablekuma Ebuakwa North by-election when JB Dankwa Edu died in that year. So
they're asking them to be consistent.
Exactly. So
I would just say that the politicians should at least, for now, pipe down. I mean, if you deferred this communication that you won't take part until after the burial. I mean, that would have been, the moment you put it in when we are still mourning the people, it's just somewhere. Let's bury all eight of them.
I think it's good. Yeah, I think Kwame Japon's point about by-elections, we should think about it. At least it should generate a national conversation again. I'm not necessarily saying we should take everything saying hook, line, and sinker, but at least let's have the conversation.
Well, these conversations normally happen when by-elections are in play, and I remember these conversations. We've had them repeatedly, except that, well, maybe now we
are doing constitutional review, so it's a good time to flog it in. Yeah.
Okay, so Nkoko is also trending because people are a bit apprehensive after another emergency landing for a helicopter in that place. After a similar incident in Ejumako about a few days ago. So they are wondering whether it's just frequency illusion.
What's happening to a helicopter?
It's just frequency illusion, or there's actually a rise in the number of these incidents. People say that these incidents happen, but there was no attention put on it until the major helicopter crash, which resulted in the 8th death.
The truth is also that our weather conditions these days is some way. I mean, we're seeing a lot of mist, a lot of fog, and
so it's trending, eh?
Yeah, it's trending.
Helicopter. Georgina, and just this morning, I saw the story from Reuters about two aircraft crashing at an airport, and it must be in the US or so.
Okay, don't add to our misery. It's okay.
So Georgina is trending because Cristiano Ronaldo and his long-term girlfriend are engaged. They've been together since 2016, and they have 2 children together.
What?
Yeah.
What is this? Yes. Why fix it?
What is this?
Yes. So
they have 2 children together.
2 children
and
together.
They are getting. So what's the meaning of engagement?
Well, he proposed to her, and she apparently said,
"My brother."
So in a recent interview, he talked about waiting for the click.
So can you imagine a Ghanaian? The dad, I'm getting engaged after 2 kids.
Yeah, so he has 5 kids in total. One with a woman who cannot be named because of an agreement.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, 2 twins from a surrogate. And then
so
2.
He has 5 kids.
5 kids.
2, one from a woman cannot be named.
Yes.
2 from a surrogate.
Surrogate, and then 2 with Georgina. Of course, they had twins. They were supposed to have twins, but then one died during childbirth.
Oh my God.
So yeah, the girl
so he's
survived.
Now engaging.
He's now engaged to Georgina, and of course, anything Ronaldo makes the news. The final trend is Citi. Citi was trending
brutally
last night and up into the hours of today. Yeah. So the station, of course, announced the end of its coverage of the Premier League in Ghana after 18 years. So the Citi cited a significant increase in the subscription fees.
Somebody said they will do contribution for us.
Yeah, that's what. So people are just reminiscing how the station's coverage held them down during weddings, funerals, meetings, when you're driving
on the lonely road to the region.
Yeah.
And Liverpool gives Chelsea 2-0. Oh my God. We can only imagine. Now we can only imagine. We can't have commentary.
And when you're a student who can't afford cable TV, subscription TV, the radio,
the business, the economics of the coverage have made it unsustainable. So we've had to take a very difficult decision to keep the business running. So it's just the way business works. So yeah.
But of course, that does not mean the end of Premier League content on Citi.
No,
we are still going to bring you analysis. We're still going to bring you the deep breakdowns, the deep dives, and everything that happens in the Premier League. So stay tuned. We'll bring you that across our social media platforms and even on Channel One TV as well. So there's a lot of that. In tech, Elon Musk says Twitter or X. Sorry, no. We move on to Apple. Sorry.
Okay.
They are favoring other AI companies other than X, the AI company that's Grok.
Oh, okay.
So he's upset and he says he plans to take Apple to court because of it. He says currently Grok is number 6 on the Apple App Store for free apps, and ChatGPT are number 1. So he doesn't understand why Grok hasn't been able to break into
is the
the
Apple
top.
Store for him?
Well, that's what he says. He says they are not promoting competition. They are hindering the efforts of Grok and XAI.
But ChatGPT works for many people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe Apple put it there because there's the one that they feel people.
Well, many of these things rely on certain algorithms written by human beings, and he's a tech person. He will know whether somebody is manipulating a particular system.
But does he also give the same prominence to other people's products on his platform?
That's the question. So they are all the people affected also have a right to complain, and if he believes that they are doing
does anybody in this
untoward,
room use Grok?
Why use Grok?
But you're not a normal person. When I say does anybody, you are not a normal person. You are AI something. Do you know Grok?
No, I mean, unless I'm on X and somebody posts something, mainly because I want to know if there's fake news going around.
But Claude, I used to use Claude a lot, but these days not too much.
Well, maybe because of what you're doing. I mean, Claude is among the options that I have.
So which one is the most common?
No, it depends on what you want to achieve.
Generally, we know that the commonest browser is Google Chrome.
Yeah. Also,
what's the commonest?
People will say ChatGPT.
Okay. Is it by a wide margin or close margin?
It's by a wide margin.
Very
because
wide
of course.
So they are leading.
Yeah, they also have the first
advantage.
So what about Meta's AI?
No, Meta's AI has not been established fully. It works, so that's why Mark Zuckerberg is hiring a lot of top AI talents to come and push the
so
AI.
ChatGPT is in a comfortable lead.
Yeah, comfortable lead.
Wow.
You've even just launched ChatGPT 5.
Yeah. What's Google's AI called?
It's just Google AI.
Google AI.
Yeah, it's Google AI.
Are they in the top 3?
No, not at the moment, no.
What about DeepSeek? It's like the biggest in China.
Yeah, DeepSeek had a slight boost because of what they presented. They opened their AI for people to just do whatever they wanted with it. But I think in the last few months it's dropped, and ChatGPT has just taken a huge lead.
So ChatGPT is in a comfortable lead.
Yes,
yes. Yeah.
Wow.
So the Google is Google Gemini.
Wow.
Yeah, it's because of they moving first and they've established themselves first.
So our uncle is going to court.
Yes, he says he's going to court.
Wish him well.
There is small money, there is big money, and there is too much money. Telecel Too Much Money promo is here. Dial *500# to opt in. In the Telecel Too Much Money promo, you can win 100 Ghana cedis cash in the daily draws, 20,000 Ghana cedis in the weekly draws, and 1.2 million Ghana cedis in the grand draw. That's 1.2 million Ghana cedis. Simply reload airtime to end points to stand a chance to win. Dial *500# or visit the Telecel Play app to opt in now for the Telecel Too Much Money promo. Terms and conditions apply.
Telecel, connecting energies.
This promo is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform.
Listen, guys. One day, an old lady inherited a huge sum of money. Her family worried about how to break the good news to her. They feared that the sudden good news might give her a heart attack. And so they decided the family doctor, who was experienced in delivering such news, should be the one to tell her. And when he did, surprisingly, she smiled. Relieved, he asked, "What are you going to do with all that money?" She replied, "I am going to give you half." The doctor rather had a heart attack. Can you imagine? People are often surprised when we put them first. At First Bank, that's what we do. We put you first. Experience the gold standard of banking with First Bank. Open an account today and enjoy our user-friendly mobile app, quick banking via *894#, convenient shopping with our Visa Prepaid and MasterCard, and more. All designed to serve you better. First Bank, you first.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
Looking for a burst of flavor in every sip? Discover the refreshing taste of Piva beverages. Enjoy the classic Piva Cola flavor, perfect fit anytime. How about a fruity adventure? Try our delightful Piva orange fruit drink packed with recognized citrus flavor. Craving something exotic? Our Piva cocktail fruit drink brings the tropics to you. For a sweet and juicy treat, grab our grapefruit drink and don't miss out on the refreshing Piva Tangerine fruit drink, bursting with tangerine flavor. Piva Cola, Piva Orange, Piva Cocktail, Piva Grape, Piva Tangy. Grab yours today. Available now at your local store. Call us on 055 00 32231. Piva, a taste you'd love. This advert is FDA approved.
P for Piva.
What does better life mean to you? Better life means going on a luxurious trip, paying the fees of my wards with ease, giving a befitting burial to my loved ones when death strikes unexpectedly. At Quality Life Assurance PLC, QLAC, we give you the better life because you deserve it. Apply for the Quality Investment Plan, Quality Group Welfare Protection, Micro Insurance Product, and Quality Funeral Support Plan. Call us today, 0556 589 662. QLAC. We inspire trust.
When the pain is too much, don't know what else to do. So rapping all, will take your pain away. Rapping all,
Rapinol is what you need. Rapinol will relieve you of all aches and pain in your body. Rheumatic pain, menstrual pain, body pain, toothaches, and other feverish conditions. Rapinol is a quality product from Danex Itin Starwin PLC. If symptoms persist after 48 hours, consult a physician. Not suitable for children below 16 years old, asthmatic, and also patients. This advert is FDA approved.
What if the life you've always imagined is just one bold decision away? What if a globally recognized degree, a lucrative career, a new future for you and your family is right here, not in the future, not in theory, but now at the Best Education Study in Canada Fair 2025. Dreams are rising and Canada is opening the doors. Explore undergraduate and postgraduate study options, paid internships, and learn how the post-graduation work permit can launch your career in Canada. It's happening on the 20th of September at Accra City Hotel, 10 a.m. prompt, and it is free, but you have to register. So call or WhatsApp 025-6299-707 to get started. Imagine success, think Canada. Attend the Best Education Study in Canada Fair 2025.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Show. 23 minutes past the hour of 8. So many different things happening at the same time. But when Republic Bank says they're the one for you, they mean they are the one for you. We've reduced our city mortgage rates even further below in the teens. This means you can afford to own your dream home or your next one for less. And if you have a mortgage with your bank, you can switch to Republic Bank and enjoy this exciting deal. Call 054-010-9649 or 054-010-9901. Republic Bank, we are the one for you. And are you frustrated with traditional banking systems that don't serve you? Well, Solace Microfinance is here to serve you better. We are a digital lending and savings platform dedicated to empowering Ghanaians like you. With Solace, you can open a savings account under 3 minutes using your Ghana card and personal mobile money number. You can start a target savings plan and earn market-beating interest rates. Apply for fast and easy loans to boost your business or cover emergencies. No finance jargon, no hassle. Solace gives you the tools you need to support you to grow stronger financially on your terms.
Okay, the prices of your favorite 300 ml Coca-Cola Ghana beverages have dropped across Ghana. That means you can share a Coke now for only 5 Ghana cedis. Whether you're a Kofi, an Ajwa, a Kwabna, an Akosia, or like me, an Ama, your personalized bottle is waiting for you at your favorite joint. Look sharp, go find your name, find your bottle, and enjoy it at the new lower price. Share a Coke is more than a name on a bottle. It's a celebration of real magic of human connection. So go on, share a moment, share a smile, share a Coke now for less. Academic Citi University has 2 amazing events coming your way. Are you a professional looking to take the next step of your career? Well, join us on Monday, August 19 at 6 p.m. for Graduate Open Day at Quiet Terrace, Accra. Meet our world-class faculty, explore cutting-edge masters and executive education programs, and learn how you can secure a scholarship. It's perfect for professionals and recent graduates ready to rise. Come to Parents' Night on Wednesday, August 21 at 6 p.m. at our beautiful Hacho campus. Tour our facilities, connect with school leaders, and see firsthand why Academic Citi is the best choice for your child's future. Give us a call, 059-403-0308, or visit acity.edu.gh to RSVP. Don't miss out. Academic Citi, educating future-ready leaders.
So the question is, what are you proud of? Well, at First Atlantic Bank, we're proud to be crowned Digital Bank of the Year, not once, but 2 times back to back. It's a celebration of our commitment and relentless drive to give you the ultimate convenience in digital banking. Whether it's through our mobile app, internet banking, USSD, or any of our seamless platforms, we're making your banking experience truly safe, fast, and secure. So why settle for less? Join the Purple family today and experience the true meaning of smart banking. We are the 2-time Digital Bank of the Year, First Atlantic Bank, refreshingly different. And enjoy the classic Piva Cola, the Piva Cocktail, Grapefruit or Tangy, bursting with tangerine flavor. Get it from a store near you. Call 0550-032-231 for the taste you will certainly love. Piva Beverages. This advert is FDA approved.
Right, and it's almost that time of the year where we get to experience the best of made in Ghana products and services at the This is Ghana Exhibition 2025. From beautifully crafted traditional items to cutting edge local innovations, this exciting 2-day fair will spotlight the very best of Ghanaian products and services. Discover offerings from SMEs, startups, research and manufacturing companies, and proudly homegrown brands across all sectors. So join Channel 1 TV and Citi FM at the biggest celebration of Ghanaian creativity, enterprise, and excellence. Date, Saturday 6th and Sunday 7th September 2025. Time, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. daily. And the venue, the Afua Sutherland Children's Park in Accra. If you have inquiries or you'd like to register, you can call 0205 973 973. That's 0205 973 973. The This is Ghana Exhibition 2025 is powered by Channel 1 TV and Citi FM and is proudly sponsored by MTN, EcoBank, and Side Hustle.
All right. So you heard it first here, and it's on 6th and 7th of September. It's called the This is Ghana Fair. Come back to that shortly, but Kaka, read a few of the comments for me. There's one I saw here that's pretty serious. So this is a listener who I know very well, and who's claiming that on the matter of school fees, all right, on the matter of school fees, he says that his ward school has increased the school fee from 6,000 cedis, actually from 6,500 cedis to 17,000, just because she's moved to class 1 in the same school. So from 6,700 or to 17,000. It says, keep me anonymous. They are just fleecing parents in the name of International and Montessori. Here's another one I got from the MP for my hometown. It says, Bernard, I met the school feeding caterers in my constituency, so this is K2 North, on Sunday, and I left the meeting with a headache. 2 cedis is allocated for feeding a child 1 hot meal a day. And as if that is not bad enough, 30 pesos is deducted as tax Hey, government, 30 pesos. I told you, quite leaving 170 pesos per child. This is even after a recent increase by this government. As a member of the Education Committee, I can boldly say it is grossly inadequate. I've decided to continue advocating for it to be increased in the next budget. How can 170 pesos be sufficient for a meal?
Well, while I appreciate the MP's concerns, I think the counter argument that normally comes up in discussions in Parliament is that this is, you should look at it on the basis of scale. So it's 1 Ghana. Well, how much did you mention?
70 pesos.
So it's not like they are allocating 1 cedi 70 pesos to just one child. They put all of that together so that they are able to.
Let's make it easy. Let's assume there are 100 children.
Yes.
So that would be 170 cedis.
Yes, 100 children.
Good. If you are leaving home tomorrow and you give wifey 200 cedis and say you should cook 1 hot meal for your 5 children, will it be enough? No, let's take it simple. So 1 cedi 70 times 100 is 170 cedis. That 170 cedis, let's assume there are 100 children and you want to give them a hot meal. What do 170 cedis do for a hot meal for 100 children?
So you see,
that's the argument the parliamentarians are making. So that's my response to your argument. Cook the food for me today. use any ingredient. 170 cedis for 100 children. Let's make it 50.
So you see, I'm not saying that, I'm not endorsing that. I'm just telling you that this is the argument that is made. That okay, they also source from bulk suppliers. So then all of these things get factored into how the pricing is that. But that is not to say that that amount is good. Because it is woefully inadequate.
170,
and something has got to be done about it.
I don't see how you can cook a proper meal.
It's not going to affect just the quality, the quantity of food produced, but also the quality.
Yes.
So the nutritional value is going to be a
100
question.
children. Let's even say give them 200 cedis, even 500 cedis. Sky. We cook at, you see, they cook at Channel 1 for people to eat. So I have an example. It's not, you cannot, I mean, if you calculate how much they use, I can get the figures per person. Even 5 cedis. Fine, you can say 5 cedis, you should don't look at 5 cedis as in what can it buy. So if you even said 5 cedis per child, and you did a 5 times 100, so that's 500. That's a bit more reasonable. So if you get a woman 500, she can get some gari, Olonka something, you get it. So even in Sky, our kids, they pay for food in school. The school my kids go to, the school used to cook the food and realize that it's not sustainable. So this is what they've done. They have contracted a private caterer and we independently pay for the food. And that one, the minimum you pay for food per day is like 20 something
cities.
20 something. So even if say 20 cedis per child per day for proper food. And again, look at the school fees and something, the food issue and the school fees issue. Now, if this person is telling me that their child is going to class 1 and you're charging them 10,000 cedis.
But that's without the inclusion of food.
Yes. Now, how much does government allocate to a public school to also take care of itself per child?
That's a capitation grant.
Which is how much?
I know it should be around. Let me
check it, because if
it's also not big like that.
It's per day, but because if somebody's paying 10K, I'm not saying that's average. Like what I'm trying to say is that there's something fundamentally wrong with the system we are running, where all those who can afford it have checked out with the public education system, and we still go to parliament and debate school feeding increment. Yes, there are a lot of poor people in Ghana. In fact, majority of Ghanaians are living in the poverty area.
Right.
But those, the allocation we make for them cannot give them a good education. There's no way. And by the way, the private schools don't even pay their teachers that well. You don't even pay their teachers that well. You can read the comments that are coming through. They're not paying them. You know, there's some, I don't know if it's a mathematical problem or something. There's something that doesn't add up.
So as of 2024, capitation grant increased from 5 Ghana cedis in 2016 to 15 Ghana cedis in 2024.
From 5 Ghana cedis
to 15 Ghana cedis.
Per what?
In 2000 and
is it per day or per week or per
they
term?
just generally for the term.
16 Ghana cedis.
15 to 15.
So
Ghana
what's the capitation grant meant to do?
So it's to support basic school education in the country.
Do people in basic schools, public schools pay school fees?
People
do pupils in basic public school pay school fees?
No. We have free compulsory basic education.
Why?
F cube.
As in why? The Constitution says so.
For you.
I mean, that's what it is that you're asking me why. That's what I'm telling you.
F cube was an intervention to get more of our young people.
The same with
school.
free SHS.
Same with
It
free
is seen as an
SHS.
extension of that requirement.
So the government gives 16 CDs a term.
15
CDs a term.
Yeah.
And 1 CD 70 pesos a day. So take a calculator. I want to do something. 1 CD 70 pesos times 5 is what? 17 times 5. Do it for me. This is why I'm growing, so I forget my maths.
It's like 85. Let me just.
1 CD 70 pesos times 5 is what?
Okay, so in this story,
I'm doing a calculation for you.
Yeah, well,
1.7 times 5 is what?
85.
So that's 8.5.
Yeah.
Now do 8.5 times 4. I want to know how much they give them for food a month.
34.
So 34 CDs a month. And then 15 CDs a term. You know, 34 CDs a month for food. For a pupil in a public basic school. And then you pay capitation grant of 16 CDs a term. 15. So let's assume they are even 2 months in a term. So that's 68 CDs a term. Plus 15. That's how much? That's about
83.
So for the whole term, this is what government allocates.
83. Yeah.
Now compare that to what a private school charges a day. You know, you cannot. And it's not. Meanwhile, when they write BC, they say the public schools are passing, the private schools are bombing. Like the educational system is crazy, Sky. A lot of private schools I know are opting out of BC because they say for the past, particularly 4-5 years, they don't understand the BC result.
Yeah.
Somebody can write Pearson or Cambridge and do extremely well. They write BC, I guess I get 8. The best student in a school whose products are competing globally at Cambridge, I get 8. Even me with my head weight dice, I get 6.
You know, like Bernard, you know what is? Let's get back to the question of the capitation grant. You know what?
15 per what?
You see, what makes it worse is that even the figures you are making, you're pointing at, government is normally in arrears.
Oh Lord.
Oh, true.
Don't tell me.
So you see, this story is published on Graphic Online, and it was published on the 28th day of July 2025. Says capitation grant arrears cleared. The story says the Ghana Education Service has disclosed that the government has finally paid all outstanding arrears of the capitation grant to public basic schools across the country, covering the period from 2023 to date. So from 2023,
2 years,
as of May or June, the government had not cleared all the arrears. It was only in July that the government
paid. Are you
paid.
sure it's 15 CDs a term?
15 CDs. That's what.
I hope it's a day or a week.
A day.
15 CDs.
Somebody says
for the academic year.
Academic year.
What is year is 15. It's not. Wait. It doesn't say whether it is a term or whatever it is. But it says it's 15 CDs. 15
CDs. Don't say it in old money.
15. 1, 2, 3 zeros. Was it 4 zeros?
15 CDs a year? I don't know if it's possible.
15 CDs. It's stated as 15 CDs. Not. It's increased from what they call it 5 to 15.
I hope it's not a year.
Yeah, but as to whether it's a year or whatever it is, it's I don't know that. So it is worth noting, quoting the Minister for the Finance Space previously, Adam, he says that it is worth noting that the capitation grant has increased from 15 Ghana cedis in 2016 to 15 Ghana cedis in 2024. So it's 5 Ghana cedis in 2016 to 15 Ghana cedis in 2024. I think the people in the education
further particulars
would be able to. I'm trying to get the.
So what are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing with this thing? What are we doing with this education thing?
Now, even if we say we don't have the money, I mean, that may be the genuine concern, right? Reason why we're even looking at areas of paying out the capitation grant and whatnot. What's the plan?
Yeah.
So you've had this situation for, let's say, 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
And every time you're in arrears when it comes to paying out the 15 cedis, before it was even less, to the schools. So what has been the plan? You know, how are we working towards making it better? What's the plan? That's what I want to. Because genuinely, we may not have the money, but beyond today and now, how are we going to make sure that we can improve the situation? That's what I want to know.
I need to speak to somebody. So there are a few things we've discussed so far. We started off by talking about the divide between public and private. And all this was because in your literacy challenge, although we got entries from all 16 regions, the top 10 schools, 9 were in Accra, 1 is in Tamale. Of the 10, all are private.
That's right.
Now we're seeing a lot of new private schools producing a lot of good students for SHS. Okay. Then we see that private schools charge a lot of money. I don't have an average figure, but from the experiments we're doing here, somebody spoke to me yesterday that their daughter was going to grade 1. And their daughter, or is it grade 1 or nursery 2, they were being charged 10,000 cedis. And people say this is true for some of the private schools in Accra. Okay. Now, how should we compare that and the feeding cost to what the government gives? The government gives 1 cedi, 70 pesos after tax per child in a public school for 1 hot meal a day. And gives 15 cedis. I hope it's per term.
So
Let me talk to Kofi Asare.
So I'm reading this article, which is on the Conversation website.
Yeah.
It's quoting, as of 2024, mid-year budget review reported that capitation grant was 15 Ghana cedis per child per term.
Per term. So it's 45 cedis per academic year.
Exactly.
Kofi Asare is the team lead for Africa Education Watch. Kofi, sorry for calling you without prompting. We were quite fascinated that a lot of the entries for our literacy challenge came from private schools. And even the private schools, apart from Bishop Bowers and Christ the King, there are lots of, I won't call them new, but Southbridge Montessori, Jira International, Silicon Valley, Wellspring. Like there are a lot of schools now. As the one who does this, do you have a database of the number of private schools we have versus public schools at the basic level? Are they more, or the public schools are still more? That's my starting question.
Okay, good morning, brother and team. Pleasure to be here. I know that in the past 10 years, the growth of private schools has far outstripped that of public schools. Public schools growing averagely about 3%, 2 to 3% per annum. Private schools have been growing at more than 40%. If you look at the data, private schools now are heading towards 25% share of the total basic school population. But in Greater Accra and Ashanti region, in Greater Accra, obviously you have more private schools than public schools. If you go to a place like Adenta, only about 8% of the schools are public, 92% or so are private. And that is not different from municipalities, in Greater Accra. So obviously it's because of 2 key reasons. First reason is that governments over the years continue to shirk their responsibility for providing public basic education as a social good. And in shirking so, private individuals also see an opportunity in the growing middle class population and their demand, for a certain level of education per the taste of middle classes. So they cash in response to the demand and provide the commensurate service. That is why private education or private school is growing, if you like, more than 4 times public education.
Which means that the distribution of the private schools is the problem. It's highly skewed towards the urban areas, while the public schools are more in the rural areas generally.
Exactly. We have more in the urban areas. There are more private schools than public schools. In the rural areas, there are fewer. But at the national average, close to 25%. About 25% of schools are private schools.
Okay.
And the private school population takes about 21 to 22% of the total basic school population.
Good. Now, let's limit the argument to urban for a minute. Because if I compare the cost of running a school in Adenta or Latebe or Koshi, it will not necessarily be the same cost of running a school in Bunkpurubu Yunyo or in Joje. But if you take a public school in the same Latebi or Koshi, you can say it's comparable to Bishop Bowers, which is why if I take, for example, capitation grant of 15 cedis a term and then feedings of 2 cedis per day, and I compare that to the school fees that private schools are charging, either the private schools are fleecing parents or the public schools are magicians. Which is more closer to the truth?
Well, okay, so let me just say that the capitation grant is not it's not 15 cedis a term, it's 15 cedis a year.
Oh.
Okay.
A year.
Yeah, it's actually a year.
Oh.
It's actually a year. Yeah.
But my question still holds. Are the private schools cheating parents or are the public schools magicians?
The private schools are not cheating parents because what they are charging is consistent with the market reality, and so it can be so that they are cheating students. I mean, a square meal, we all know, if you are buying basic rice and chicken, you are going to do about 15 cedis. So if you are paying 2 cedis for that to be served, obviously you are not going to have that same meal in the public schools. The public school feeding system, which saw an increase in the per meal, per head, per day rate from 1.2 to 2 cedis this year. From 1.2 to 1.5 and then to 2 cedis in this year's media budget. This year's budget is it's a miracle. That's rather a miracle because you reckon that even in the rural areas you don't get egg for 2 cedis. And so how is one expected to provide a meal balanced with carbs and then protein for 2 cedis? I mean, it's a miracle. And so we have continued to urge government that this SFP, this school feeding programs, were designed not to be procurement activities. They were actually designed to provide communities an opportunity to participate in the enhancing nutrition of their children while in school. But we have taken out the community participation element and made it a procurement activity. And so we always see it as 2 cedis buying food instead of community bringing food stuff from their farms, etc., and then complementing it with 2 cedis. So a miracle happens in the basic schools, apart from the low quality of food served per the outside general sufficient reports on the school feeding. And then private schools are actually charging realistic fee for the food that they...
Which means that in the people who suffer most will be public urban schools or urban public schools because urban areas have higher cost of living than rural areas. Cost of food is higher in Accra than it will be, say, in Kukrentumi, generally. So if you're a public school in Accra and you are getting 15 cedis a year plus 2 cedis a day for a child, it will be much more difficult to get a hot meal than somebody doing it in a rural area where generally the farms are closer and food will be more expensive. Is that a correct deduction to make?
It depends on the food being served. But yes, if you look at the menu chart the manual for the school feeding, not the manual on paper, but then the actual the menu served, you realize that the component of an average food in a school feeding school is likely to have a high, component of imported foodstuff. Rice is basic. Rice is basic. So rice is a currency in that menu. And you know the majority of the rice you consume in this country is imported. Second is tinned tomatoes, because you cannot use raw fresh tomatoes to do a 2 cedi per meal food. So if you look at the component, you are, apart from cowpea, which is likely to be local, everything is imported. And so it may not be cheaper because you're in a rural area closer to a food producing area. It might end up rather being expensive over there. But the variation is not too significant, as I'm saying, because the food basket is heavily import oriented.
So if private schools are charging sometimes 10,000 to parents who come to class 1, and the government is giving 15 cedis per child per year, and you want the people to compete in the same place, I'm still don't understand. Is it that it's expensive to run a private school and therefore they need that 10,000? Or how does why is the gap? Because if I multiply, I don't know how I can ever bridge the gap between 15 cedis a year plus 2 cedis a day food to 10,000 class 1 admission fee. I'm not sure. And this is the same country. And some of the schools are the same community. So what's the real problem here? I need more information here.
Okay, so if you look at it that way, you won't be comparing apples with oranges. Look at it this way. This year, government is spending about 22% of the education budget on basic education. The education budget is about 41.2 billion. And so 22% of it is about, let's say about 22 billion. Okay. Sorry. Yeah, that 10% is 4.1. So that's about 8. Let's say about 9 billion on basic education. Now, the 9 billion on basic education is the gross total education budget for the basic education. If you divide that number by about 4.5 million public basic school children, you are going to have something above 1,000. Okay, so what you find is that the private school amount you are talking about includes the salary of the teacher. It includes the A to Z of running the school. But same cannot be said of the public school. The capitation grant is just an amount of money used to support minor, school repairs, management of the school, and then minor school repairs, of the other school. But there are other cost centers at the district level and also at the regional and the national level that all inures to providing basic education in the classroom. So you must look at the total bouquet before you can determine the full cost of public and then private.
So I think we need to do that work in what you've said, and I'll be happy to read through when you publish it. The idea of the fixed costs that are taken care of. For example, the government pays teachers for public schools, and therefore that cost is removed. And maybe the infrastructure doesn't get upgraded that regularly compared to, say, a private school. But I still think it's important to do a per capita, per child expenditure, because then we can now talk about value. Because mind you, private schools are complaining about BEC. I know a few private schools who have almost given up on the BEC because they didn't understand the grades their students were getting. I also know parents who take their kids from a private school from 2 to a public school to try the BEC, and they do very, very well in the same area. So if we want to have a proper policy discussion around what to do to improve the outcome at the public level, you need to help us with the per child cost and also the issues of the outcomes that in the past few years seems to be skewed for public schools doing much better, even though we are spending much more money on the private schools.
Yeah, I think we are doing about 1,500 cedis per unit. We are doing about 1,500 cedis per unit, per head in the public school space, if you do the gross estimation for this year. And so, again, it looks very, very low compared to, let's say, how much I pay in my world school. Yes, it looks very low. I pay about 10K. So it looks 10K a term, not even a year. So this 1,500 is actually 10. A year.
A year.
So yeah, so it looks very low.
So hold on, Kofi, let's take it one by one. So if 1,500 a year average public school per child.
Yeah.
Private school, even if it's 25,000 or even 30,000, that's a factor of almost over 10.
And considering that, what makes this the miracle that happens in the public school sector is that this 1,500 that you are talking about per year per child in the public school system, let me say about 90% of that cost is the salary of the teacher. About 90% of that cost is the salary of the teacher. Let me say, put it another way. The teacher in the public school is paid almost twice better than that of the average private school. So while about 90% of the cost of public basic education goes into salary of teachers, it is the opposite for private schools. Private schools will not spend 90; they will spend it's about half of that money on salaries. That's why their teachers are relatively less paid. And so we have public school teachers. The majority of the money at in the public school sector are going into teacher salaries, with only about 10% left for social investment. And then in the private school sector, even though they are collecting about 10 times what we are paying in the public schools, their teachers are about half paid. The average salary in the private school is a little above $110, compared to about $300 in the public school space.
And yet, when we look at outcomes, I still think generally the private schools have, for example, this essay competition may not be the best test, but from the entries we got,
you can
clearly the private schools have students.
You can't compare the outcomes.
Yeah, but my point is that
schools are
far better. Yeah, but when you look at entry to SS, for example, private schools dominate, right? But you know that in the recent past few years, some of the schools have been complaining about BC results that their private school candidates are getting. I don't know if you've heard that, but I've heard people complain to me about it. Many private schools are unhappy with the BC results their students are getting, particularly over the past 3 or 4 years, or maybe 5 years. I'm not sure.
Yeah, there were two concerns. The first concern was that they suspected that WAEC was marking their candidates for a different marking scheme, because they write the same mock exam and then they virtually dwarf the public school students in the district. But when they write the WASI, when they write the BC, the results always, present the opposite picture. And then, secondly, related to that, there was a different placement regime for private school candidates under the free senior school program because of the 30% protocol allocated for public school students. So a private school student would have aggregate 6, aggregate 7, and they can enter precept to do science. But a public school student would have aggregate 12, aggregate 14, and can enter precept to do science. So they thought that, they were being unfairly treated. Indeed, the second, which was policy, was inequitable, considering that they are all Ghanaians, considering that if you live in Adenta and you attend a private school, it doesn't mean that you attend a private school because you have a choice or because of luxury. You attend a private school because only 8% of schools there are public, and all the public schools in Adenta have always been full. So for you to enjoy your right to education, you must pay. So why should the state punish you by giving you a discriminatory access to secondary school just because you didn't have an opportunity of attending a public school in your community? So it's more or less double jeopardy. You don't provide a school in my community, I start money to pay to attend a private school, and then when I want to progress, you give me a differential or discriminatory access compared to public school. So those were the concerns they had. The latter, I have always sided with them. The former, we have not been able to justify whether WAEC was using a different market scheme for them. But I think that private schools or private basic education in Ghana should never be seen as a preserve of the rich, because, as I'm saying, by 10 years ago, private schools considered 33% of the total school population in the basic sector. We've seen an increase in that to about 45% since. And so that's between 2015 and 2021 alone, we saw a jump from 33% share of the school population to 42. It's now about 45. So they are growing way faster than the public school. It means that people are demanding their service. It means that government is unable to build new schools.
So do we know if the second complaint has been dealt with? The idea that schools give a sort of, they favor the public schools. Is that still going with this new government? Is it still on?
The second complaint, the government, so the new minister has announced a change in policy. And I think the ministry has announced that it has halved that protocol allocation. So instead of giving 30% slots in category A schools to public junior school candidates, before the remaining 70 will be based on merit, the ministry has halved it to 15%. And so we are here to see how the halving will impact on equitable and fair access at this year's.
So this year's BEC and admissions will be very critical to see how this policy gets implemented. I mean, my last thought to you is, how do we get more money? Because I was talking to my MP, who said he visited his constituency over the weekend, and 1 cedi 70 pesos per child, because obviously the 2 cedis is even taxed. I mean, why should 2 cedis per child attract a tax? You know, because 2 cedis per child on food level, I don't know how that's going to be enough. So is there a measure we can use? Because again, this is based on research. Has Africa Education Board done unique research to say, for a sustainable school feeding program and also for capitation grant, this is the recommended amount that we believe can make public schools competitive? We are looking for a number or a range. Have you done any work to be able to advise?
Yes, we've done a lot of work around SFPs, not only in Ghana. But we have always recommended to government that school feeding programs, or SFPs, cannot be a procurement activity while sustaining them. Okay, it is not the case. If you go to Brazil, you go to South Africa, other countries that have sustained SFPs since they were introduced through Tony Blair's NEPAD, you realize that it is a community-driven initiative, and community participation is underlying, it is fundamental. And so, in looking at our education system, if we say we are going to pay the same amount of money we spend on lunch, about 3 cedis, under free senior high school, we're going to pay the same money to basic schools, the education system will crash. Okay, but there is a need to also extend school feeding to many, many communities. You go to Tatale Sangoli, for example, you know, only about 15% of their schools are covered under the school feeding program. One of the poorest places in Ghana. Meanwhile, you come to Ga East here and then Ga West, and you find that in some communities, only about 90% of the schools are already eating. So there's a huge need for it. But we can't expand. Now we are doing 4 million. We can't from 4.2 million. We can't expand with this procurement approach. So we must begin to build community participation, okay, onto the 2 cities to make it realistic. Government alone hasn't financed school feeding programs sustainably. It doesn't happen anywhere. And so we must begin to look elsewhere. Communities, look at corporate agencies in the community, in the district, okay, and leverage on existing resources to complement that. It will not be seen, let's say, as complementary. The thing should have been a partnership ab initio, except that we did it as a procurement activity. So we are going to see it as complementary. So as a critical ingredient, without that, we cannot raise the funds to feed all children in public basic schools like it's been done in South Africa, in Argentina, but we can't do that because ours is only central government driven. We must diversify the funding sources, bring in the non-state actors, corporate sector, community participation, so that the 2 cities will only be a seed money to be complemented from these contributions.
Kofi, well, thank you so much for these insights. Kofi Asari, Africa Education Board CEO, really useful calculations there. 1,500 per year, public school, private school, we know the numbers. A lot needs to be done on the policy recommendation side. And all of this because of the list we got. The private schools, 25% of all basic schools are private, but in Accra and Kumasi, the number sometimes is over 60%. Right. So very clearly, there's a rural-urban problem going on there, which we need to address as well. Can you make a few comments for me on the education subject? I'm not even sure how we ended up here.
Okay, well, I just feel sad listening to this interview and, in fact, having this conversation that Apioko pushed us into, that we have beautiful ideas to solve problems, but they are poorly executed without any proper sustainability plan. And it's the future leaders, you know, the people who exist tomorrow, and we are taking these terrible decisions about them. What kind of Ghana do we expect in the next 50 years if we are giving 15 Ghana cedis for a child? I mean, I think it's
very serious.
But let's get to messages that are coming in. Good morning, Bernard. Thank you for this conversation. This is the fight I'm currently facing with my wife. I earn a little above 4,000 Ghana cedis a month, but my wife has enrolled our son in a school in Accra, and we have to pay 7,000 Ghana cedis a term for a class 2 child. It has been a fight.
But you don't tell us how much she earns.
Yeah.
Where are you supposed to get the money to pay?
Where's the difference coming from?
I would say
this is just school fees.
Pay the 2K and spend time home teaching the child to make up the rest.
Yeah.
Because the teacher cannot do for you what you have to do at home.
Very
so
true.
My advice is that you don't need to pay 7K for if you can't sustain it. If you're in a school that's taking 2K or 1,500, keep the child there and then make some time weekends to teach the child to get up to speed.
Okay, here's another one. Please do not mention my name, Mr. Avle. I'm a private school teacher. The school fees for a term is 2,000 Ghana cedis, but no teacher is earning 2,000 Ghana cedis in my school. 1,000 Ghana cedis is on the high. Maybe the school you are talking about is an international school.
That's the other thing. The way costs are calculated, it doesn't work like how much the child pays, how much. But I still get it. 1,000 is very low for a teacher. 1,000 cedis
Extremely
is very, very low.
What can you do with that?
It's very, very, very low. So some of the private school proprietors too need to look sharp. I mean, 1,000 cedis how? For a teacher? Come on.
Who's also got family.
Charlie?
Well, this message says the 15 Ghana cedis capitation that you're talking about is for the academic calendar, not just a term.
Couldn't believe it.
I'm a teacher. That money is even against the school's population.
If the school population is small, then they will give you small. Hey, Charlie.
Hello, Bernard and team. Don't be surprised, though. Practical fee for technical school is 30 Ghana cedis for the year.
Hey!
Can you imagine?
30 Ghana cedis for a child for practicals.
Evan
In a
sends
technical
this.
school.
How did they even calculate this
In a
thing?
technical school.
Well, I'm not sure the calculations will be per head. Like
Yeah,
Sky
it's
was
per
saying,
head.
they put no, but they are.
But still.
Charlie.
Anyway, Evan sends this. He says, so you see, these are many reasons why the public education sector is not doing well. How can you pretend to have given so much money for education management and expect to get the best out of your investment? The system will also pretend to be working. Ghana, we must be real with our calculations to push our education to the expected target. Good morning, sir. Another person says, Bernard, my daughter is at a private school at Empire Sokwehu. I pay 628 Ghana cedis for fees and 10 cedis for feeding a day. Now from Tema says, hello, Citi. I have been to private schools all my life. Regarding BEC results, we all noticed that they mark down students from private schools a lot. I had a friend who was so good at French, but in BEC, she got a 3. And this was in 2013.
I've heard a lot of parents complain about this. You know, I think the Minister of Education needs to bring confidence into the system for the private schools to see themselves as partners and not as enemies. Because there's no country that can develop by just developing just public schools. So the private schools should be seen as partners in this conversation. Number 2, the public schools need a fairer chance by being given a better allocation, whether it's for the capitation grant or the school feeding program. We need to, and I like Edem Agbana saying that he's going to advocate. I think a number of MPs can help. All right, 2 cedis per child taxed at 30% is just not right. So let's get a better system. And I think Kofi Asare has a suggestion at the end. Percentage allocation is very, very important indeed. And then private schools, please, the way you pay your teachers, you know, a motivated teacher is, look, we are paying public school teachers so much. It says almost
He
all
said
the
almost 3 times what the private schools pay the teachers.
We are not saying pay public school teachers less. We are saying pay private school teachers better.
Yeah.
All right. Public school teachers have bigger class sizes. So I have a friend who teaches at a school in a public school, class 4. There are like 80 students. My kids in class 4 in a private school, they are like 21.
Yeah, which is more ideal.
And that 21, they have 2 teachers.
Oh.
And they even have sometimes subject teachers. Think about it too. So this person teaches a public school, 80 students is the main teacher. Maybe 1 or 2 teachers may come private, but 80 kids in a hot classroom.
It's a lot.
And then that teacher obviously deserves to be paid more.
Because of the workload.
Do you understand? Because you are doing 80, but the quality will be low because 80. But if you ask the teacher in my child's school with a 2, they will tell you everything about the child, things you don't even know.
Yeah. Because there's differentiation in the classroom.
They know
you
all
can't
the
do
students.
that
They know.
with a large class size.
So that's the problem with the ideas that we have to do better for our public schools. Because if your public schools are churning out people who are so poorly educated, the workforce of the nation cannot be competitive. And globally now, AI and all these things are coming up. If our population cannot produce smart kids who can compete and take on the world, then our future is gone. So let's not see education expenses as just for we and our family. We want to give Ghana a chance, and we need to have quality allocation, not just the amount, the quality of the allocation, you know. So all of us take our kids to private schools in this studio.
Yes.
It's terrible.
Yeah. And I mean,
terrible.
it's not like you woke up dreaming that that's what you would do. But if you want a certain outcome, you want your child to compete at a certain level, then you slave to get it done.
And some are opting out of the Ghana system.
Yeah.
Because there's also been a lot of inconsistency with the politics. You know, I sometimes ask myself, the UK, don't they have political parties? How come when MPP or NDC in the UK wins, they don't change everything? Ghana, 4 years, 3 years, 4 years, 3 years. Then it's almost like there's always some change. So a lot of times you're not even sure. Look, when I was in secondary school, I wrote 7 subjects for WASI. My brother, who was 2 years ahead of me, wrote 8 or 9 subjects. Nice. My sister, like everybody's writing.
So in one generation, we've all written different things.
So I finished in 98. I wrote 7 subjects because they said a year was a gap year. My sister finished in 2002 or something. She wrote some other thing. Yeah. I mean, and now I don't even know what they are doing. Like there's no. Meanwhile, A level is still A level. Yeah. You get it. O level is still O level. So it's like, why do we tinker so much with these things? Can't we just have a simple system where we know what we are writing? They change it from social studies to life skill, reduce and more education to.
And it's not that the foreign curricula don't have changes over time. They do. But before that happens, the amount of research and stakeholder engagement that would have happened, and there must be a reason. You must be able to say that we are changing X to Y because over the next 10 years, we want to see this outcome in our learners. Who are graduating from school. So it's not politically driven. It's not because I got up, new king, new law, I'm coming to change something. No, it's because they've taken the research, they've seen global trends. Maybe they want, it's a very service-led economy. We want people to now focus on manufacturing because we want to get back into that window. So now they start skewing the system towards that. Or they feel that, okay, machine learning, AI has come. So you need to be able to prompt engineer. Yes. So then we are changing things along that line. So there's always a basis for the change.
Okay.
You know.
It's been a long morning discussing education, not to depress you, but to let you know there's a lot of work to be done, and we will be keeping an eye on the education subject. I'd like to remind you again that the 6th and 7th of next month is big for This is Ghana. It's an exhibition involving made in Ghana goods, whether it's clothing, whether it's food, whether it's confectionery, whether it's leatherwork, whether it's bags, whether it's machines, all of those welcome. Now we have research institutions and universities coming to exhibit their innovations as well. And so This is Ghana is happening. If you want to exhibit, you can register by calling 0205 973 973. This is Ghana is powered by Channel 1 TV and Citi FM and sponsored by MTN, EcoBank and SlidePay. And it's at the Southern Children's Park. So take note of it. Saturday 6th and Sunday 7th September 2025, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. each day. It's a big venue. You can bring the kids, come and sample different products and enjoy the best of Ghana. Every day we try to wear something Ghana. This was, now when I say I'm wearing something made in Ghana, they say, was it sewn in Ghana or so I don't know where the material was
the textile was produced here.
But the value added was in Ghana. So at least it's fine. I don't know where the textile was made.
I think that the most important point is the value addition bit, because I mean the whole economy of the world operates on the basis of intermediate goods and final goods and primary goods and all of that. Let's give some credit to.
So I'm wearing made in Ghana.
Are you wearing made in Ghana? Yes, I am.
Are you wearing made in Ghana?
No.
I
am.
She's wearing what they call already made.
So what on you today is made in Ghana?
The Rasta.
My hair is my hair.
Your hair
That's
is made
one.
in
And I
Ghana.
use
Your hair is
shea
not a
butter.
product. Your hair is butter.
And I use shea butter, which
Shea butter.
is made in Ghana.
shea butter,
Yeah, I use what do you call it? The local soap, the Alata.
Oh, you know Alata Samina made in
Yes,
Ghana. Very
which is
good.
made in Ghana.
That's
yes.
not bad. But your mask is made in Ghana?
No.
My mask, I doubt that.
From China, most likely.
Mm-hmm.
How about the Gankui?
The Gankui.
The glasses.
No, it's not.
You don't know
made in
Gankui?
Ghana. It's not made in Ghana.
What about your shoes?
My shoes, no, not made in Ghana.
How about your earrings?
My shoes are made in Ghana.
My earrings, it depends. I have some earrings that are made in Ghana and they are made from coconut.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Abioko, what is made in Ghana on you?
In fact, my tights, I always have them sewn for me. So you get the stretchy material, and the designers will make it my top made in Ghana.
Top made in Ghana.
Even my rings are made in Ghana.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Where did you get them from?
So there's a jeweler called Durora.
Okay.
And actually, when my husband and I were getting married in 2016, we were looking for made in Ghana rings that had interesting cuts. We didn't find any. 5 years later, we had 2 jewelers doing that who are Ghanaian women.
So they cut this in Ghana?
They cut this in Ghana.
Wow.
Yes. My earrings are made in Ghana as well.
By who? Do people make earrings in Ghana?
Oh, yes, a lot.
I mean,
what material do they use?
Metal, calabash, coconut husk. There are all sorts
I'd like
of different...
to see earring makers at This Is Ghana. I'd like to see those things. The amulets and those things. Because watches. Yes. You know, I wear caveman watches.
Yeah.
Because for me, a luxury brand made in Ghana watch. Because what's the point of buying an Audemars Piguet or buying Rolex?
Sometimes status symbol.
Yeah, my status is caveman.
Caveman is a status symbol.
It's all made in the head.
Yeah, and you can even tell him what you want.
So now I have I have 3 caveman watches. I really hope it comes from This Is Ghana.
They're doing well.
Because they are doing very, very well. And I like the way the big men in Ghana who play golf are supporting him. Because they sort of like, why should we spend our money buying what's in Switzerland when we have a guy who's also trying?
Yeah, I mean, that's how we can
So you need a caveman watch. A man of your stature. Esquire, you need a caveman watch. Caveman, please bring this guy a watch.
We don't have one.
They don't know he's big. I don't know. Maybe they think he doesn't like watches. You know, Sky, because it's tech savvy, he likes wearing the smart watches. But at least you can get this one for outdooring,
for class,
for some events.
That's as an accessory.
Like when you are going for a naming or something. So please, caveman, bring this guy a caveman watch.
Gaforoki.
Stop
it. This one is Alochi Gaforoki.
Stop it. The one you're wearing is an iWatch, eh?
Yeah, that's right. This is
checking your pulse and things.
Yeah, and telling me when to move and when not to.
Receiving phone calls on your watch.
Yeah, but you see, I think maybe he should also go there.
But that's tough.
I understand, but incorporating tech, I mean, you should go into partnership with. I think that makes sense. There are a number of companies that provide.
Do the global international watch brands merge with the tech watches? Because the tech watches seem to be very different.
Exactly, because
Michael Kors has done that.
So they've managed to merge a classic watch brand
with a smartwatch.
Some of them have been able to deliver that because for those of us who have to do a lot more sitting down and doing all kinds of things. Your watch reminds you of when to take water, when to get up and
pick up a call.
Have
you walked today?
Exactly. How many steps have you taken? Because these things you forget about.
So that's the next frontier.
So
it would be a nice project to give to students of a university to say, how do you transition a traditional classic watch brand and merge with technology to still have the class, but also the tech savvy? That's a big
And they
project.
can do that with cavemen.
Yeah.
Partnerships should be able to deliver that. In fact, if he walks into Beijing or some one of these,
I have a guy who has a glasses, which is a phone receiver.
Yeah.
And the glasses he gave it. Actually, he said he was going to buy me something. He said when you wear the glasses, he used to do something. He can actually
read text messages,
all kinds of things. So he could make a call. I forget the name of this glasses. He said he actually opened it, he charged it. When you wear the glasses, it's crazy. Smart glasses, and you could see. I don't know. It was like a new virtual reality something.
Oh, okay, so you have the.
It wasn't a big. It was like Sky's glasses, but it could do so many things. I forget the thing, but I interviewed the guy. This is like 2 months ago.
There's so much happening, man.
I need to text him to buy me some.
What are you going to do?
He said he's coming to Ghana. He told me he was coming to Ghana. I should ask him what I want. And I forgot. So now I've seen your glasses. I'll ask him to get me some of the glasses.
There's a Ghanaian guy who is making waves internationally because he created headphones that can translate what you're hearing at a conference into multiple languages. So whereas you'd have to go and get the tech to set up such a system.
It can translate it into
completely. So all over the world, he's selling out
these
back
are
to back.
the people we want to see at This Is Ghana. Come and show us what you do so that we can be inspired. So research institutions, companies that are into production of fabrics and material. We'd like to see. We'll take a short break. This is Citi Breakfast Show. Apioko, thanks for staying with us. We made a show quite interesting
Thank you
today.
for having me.
We'll be right back. Don't go nowhere.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
If you know these sounds, you didn't just live through the 90s. You lived the experience. Back then, connection took minutes. Today, it takes a blink. You express yourself with memes. You hold video calls across continents. You say hey to an AI who responds,
"Hello, Kwame."
You order rides, dinner, and dreams all from the palm of your hand. A lot has changed, so have we. For over 3 decades, EcoBank has evolved with you, leading digital banking in Ghana and across 33 African countries, pioneering solutions built around how you live, move, and dream today. From our express points to EcoBank Pay, online banking, and the mobile app, we are where you are. Here for today, ready for tomorrow. Now, that's change, powered by EcoBank.
EcoBank, a better way to bank your way. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Always busy on the go. Tap the app, you're good to go. Big dreams, little time. There's a boat for you to ride. Every single time, yeah. While the errands don't link up or more, hop in a boat and get out and explore. There's a boat for you to ride, yeah. Make moves with boat.
Use code KEEPMOVING50 for 50% off your first 3 rides. Download the Bolt app now.
Make moves with boat.
Hello, everyone. Prices continue to drop at Electroland Ghana Limited. CDA Picky promotion on Samsung, TCL, Media, and NASCO Electronics. Get a NASCO 24-inch LED flat for 899 Ghana cedis. Starting from 2,999 Ghana cedis, you can get 6 kg NASCO washing machine plus a free gas stove. And the Media Inverter 1.5 HP R410 Unicool split comes with a free blender. And when you purchase 65, 75, and 85 TCL QD Mini LED 4K TVs, you will get a free TCL FHD Smart Android TV. Now buy a Samsung 578, 582, and 636 liter side-by-side refrigerators and walk away with free microwave grill. Go to our showrooms and dealer stores across Ghana now. Call 050-315-9739 or www.electrolandgh.com for inquiries.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation. The City Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
Ni to woni ke o ka o le no he woni e to woni le ma cho no he wo ya o na shika bo ka ye ya o na shika bo ka ye chaka 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 ya o na shika bo ka ye ya o na shika bo ka ye esa bo
Seven 9:24 on the City Breakfast Show. Are you passionate about building a stronger, greener future for our nation? Are you tired of dealing with structures that can't withstand the elements? Gasem, the nation builder, stands with you every step of the way. It's time for an upgrade. Introducing the all-new Gasem EcoCool. This is not just any cement. It's made to overcome all your building and construction challenges while being sustainable and eco-friendly. For the first 1 million Eco Cool bags purchased, 1 cedi will be donated to the Tree for Life Reforestation Initiative by the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources, reinforcing GASEM's commitment to environmental sustainability. With GASEM Eco Cool, you're guaranteed superior quality and a flawless finish every single time. Why settle for less when you can build with the best? Make Eco Cool your go-to choice for any building project. GASEM Eco Cool, cementing a sustainable nation. This is an account update information, or this is an account information update, rather, call for all Omni Basic Bank to our customers. Kindly proceed to any of our branches or visit our website www.omnibasic.com.gh to update your account records with your Ghana card. For more information, call 030-7086-1000. That's 030-708-6000. Have a beautiful day. Omni Basic Bank, not just another bank. So it's 9:26. We are friends from University of Mines and Technology. The alumni lecture is happening. UMAT is the name, right? UMAT. Is that what it's called?
Yes, that's the...
I know UMAT used to be at Takwa alone. Are you still only at Takwa or other places?
Yes, we are in Takwa alone.
Takwa, okay.
Yes.
So UMAT is Takwa.
Yes, and currently we have an Esikado campus. Yes, there's one in Takra, yes. That's the School of Railway and Infrastructure Development.
But UMAT is a full university now.
Yes.
Initially, it used to be an extension of KNUST,
yes.
the mine. So now...
Since 2004, it's been...
So UMAT is full on its own?
Yes, since 2004.
So, Takwa. So Dr. Simindede is the president of the UMAT Alumni Association. Doc, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
I also have Michael Brentfield, who's the head of business development and alumni relations for UMAT. So you are for the university?
Yes, I'm for the university.
And he's for the alumni?
Alumni, yes.
Okay. So should I start with the alumni or the university?
Sure, you can start with him.
All right, let's talk about the alumni annual lecture. By the way, when did you attend the university yourself?
1983.
1983?
Yeah, and completed in 1988.
What did you study?
Mining engineering.
Wow. 1983.
Yes, so a 4-year mining engineering degree, and then did a postgraduate diploma also in mining engineering.
In the same place?
In the same place.
How was the place like in 1983?
Yeah, it is quite different from what you see now. A single faculty under the NUST, and infrastructure was not there as you think, because it was developed from a technical school into a faculty of the university. So infrastructure was a bit basic at that time.
But now things have really changed.
Things have changed, but we need more.
Absolutely. So what is the alumni lecture all about, and why is it important?
As the name implies, it is an annual lecture or annual event where distinguished alumni deliver a lecture at the university campus on any national and international topic. As mine did not happen in a vacuum, but impacts on the economy and social lives, the topics also quite often discuss other socio-economic issues. In fact, we had the first one in 2012, and what we are going to have this Friday is the 13th on the series.
That's quite impressive. So you've been doing this for a few years. So what's the theme for this year's lecture? And talk to us briefly about this year.
Yeah. Okay. The theme for this year is mining with a mission, leadership, legacy, and the future of the Ghanaian resource economy.
Can you repeat that?
Mining with a vision, leadership, legacy, and the future of the Ghanaian resource economy.
Can you explain?
Yeah, a lot of ways, but basically, the industry, which is the mining sector, is at a critical inflection point. We are rich in resources, Yes, still we are grappling with the paradox of underdevelopment, especially even in the host communities. Therefore, the lecture seeks to share a bold, purpose-driven vision for transforming Ghana's resource economy into a catalyst for national empowerment, local value creation, and sustainable growth. So basically, that is what the lecture is about.
And can you tell us about the speaker and some of the key issues you expect the lecture to address?
Yeah. Okay, let me talk about some of the issues that you addressed, then I'll talk about the speaker. The speaker will talk on the topic as already indicated, but the theme will be around mining with a mission. And it explores the pressing challenges facing Ghana's mining sector, including the illegal mining galamsey concept that we all know, local content participation, revenue retention, policy unpredictability, and investment attractiveness. The lecturer will be looking at pragmatic strategies to formalize artisanal mining. So we are not just going to talk about it, but bring some ideas. And then enforce local content regulations, boost domestic refining, and unlock capital for Ghanaian-led mining ventures. And then we'll look at leadership imperatives across government, academia, and industry to build a legacy of technical excellence, environmental stewardship, and inclusive development.
Wonderful. So far, so good. So there's a clear focus on mining for development. Let me turn to Michael, and I'll come back to Doc before we end. So what role do you think the alumni network plays in advancing your university's vision and strategic direction?
Okay, thank you very much, and greetings from our Vice Chancellor, Professor Richard Amankwa, and the team. We have our Pro Vice Chancellor too, who happens to be the first female professor of metallurgy in Ghana, the person of Professor Grace Ofori Sapon.
Wonderful.
So greetings from them. Yeah, so as part of the university's strategic vision, we endeavor to be the MIT of Africa.
Wonderful.
You know, that's what our chancellor has tasked us all these years, which is ex-President Kufuor. And to become the MIT of Africa, that also greatly thrives on our alumni. So for program designs, when we are developing new courses, the alumni is heavily involved because they are on the field and industry. When it comes to industry linkages, the alumni plays a key role for the university. Mentorship, student mentorship programs, the alumni is heavily involved. They are involved in resource mobilization to help the university. The alumni has done a lot of things to put up structures for the university, and they are still helping us to do more. They offer scholarships and partnerships, and so all these things are strategic to the university, and the alumni is heavily involved. And as a result, this lecture is not just an alumni lecture. In fact, it is part of the broader university calendar. So the university is heavily in support of the lecture because we can't do without the alumni. As I mentioned, they have played very critical roles in our development. If you come there to see what they are putting together for the university, you marvel.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
So let's talk about this lecture. When is it, where is it, and who can attend?
Yeah, so it's happening at the main auditorium of the University of Mines and Technology in Takwa.
Correct.
Yes, and then it's open to the general public. Let me mention some key figures that will be there. Engineer Dr. Kenashigwe,
correct,
is a special guest, will be there. And then Vice Chancellor himself, Professor Richard Amankwa, will also be there. And then the traditional rulers will also be there. So it's happening right in Takwa.
Takwa.
Yes,
when is it?
And that is Friday, coming Friday, just 3 days away from here. Coming Friday, 15th of August 2025.
Is it a morning or afternoon event?
Yeah, it is starting
2 p.m.
2 p.m. Yes, it's starting 2 p.m.
So all roads lead to Takwa on Friday.
Definitely.
So this is alumni annual lecture. Are students in school?
Yes, students are still in session.
So the hall will be packed.
Yeah.
What message would you like to share with UMAT alumni who haven't yet reconnected or participated in events like this?
Yeah, so we say that no matter how far the stream can flow, it is still connected to its source. So we are admonishing all people who attended UMAT, if they are hearing us this morning, that they should reunite and reconnect with the university. They should take this opportunity of the annual lecture and then reconnect and then become active members. Because we need the numbers to develop the association and also support the university. So we are seriously encouraging all parents whose children attended UMAT and they are not active members. They should encourage them to attend. I mean, corporate people who are working everywhere, we encourage them to reconnect to the alumni.
Let me come back to Doc as we wrap up. So what are you expecting on Friday, and what is your charge to the general public about this annual alumni lecture?
Yes, before I come to that, I think earlier on you wanted to know a bit more about the speaker. Yeah, so let me talk a bit more about the speaker before I come to this one. Our speaker is Engineer Samuel Boache, Bobby. He is currently the Managing Director of Anglo Gold Ashanti.
All right.
And before then, he was the MD of Anglo Gold Ashanti Duapra Mine in Takwa. Before joining Anglo Gold Ashanti, he's been working in Australia and other international locations. So he's a person of international caliber. And I must say that some of the accolades that he has won was the Mining Personality of the Year in recognition of his outstanding contributions to the mining sector. And then at the 6th Ghana Business Awards, Samuel was celebrated as the CEO of the Year Private Sector for his outstanding leadership skills, strategic decision-making, significant contributions to socio-economic development, and introduction of several innovative programs to shape the mine's performance.
All right.
So he holds an MBA from INSEAD Business School, France, postgraduate certificate in applied finance from Macquarie University, Australia, and master's degree in Justice from the University of Adelaide, Australia. Obviously, his first degree was from UMAT, which gave him the foundation. And he's a chartered professional member of the Mining Engineering of the Australian Institute of Mining and Metallurgy, or IMM.
Wonderful.
As I said, he's currently the MD of AGM. So with such a caliber, we are expecting real-world insights from Obuasi Mine and the broader sector. And then the challenge to us stakeholders, being students, policymakers, and corporate leaders and civil society, is that we are not going to mine minerals only, but the full potential of Ghana's people and its future.
All right. So that's happening on Friday, the 15th, and all roads lead to Takwa. Thank you very much, Stephen Kofi Ndede, Doctor, President of UMAT Alumni Association, and Michael Bremfi, Head of BD and Alumni Relations, UMAT Takwa. It's Friday. It's on Responsible Mining. It's at 2 p.m. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Bernard.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Hot jobs?
Tired of HR headaches? Simplify your business with Hot Jobs Africa. As your one-stop HR shop, we handle recruitment, labor outsourcing, expatriate management, consultancy services, and corporate trainings. Plus, we offer staff basing and 100% staff support to boost productivity. Don't let HR hassles hold you back. Contact Hot Jobs Africa today. Call us on 030-3980-362. WhatsApp us on 020-433-6004 or email info@hotjobsafrica.org. Visit our website www.hotjobsafrica.org. Hot Jobs Africa. Think HR, think Hot Jobs.
Hot jobs?
Looking for a one-stop shopping destination for all things made in Ghana? Eager to experience a remarkable fair that showcases the richness, creativity, and innovation behind Ghanaian products and services? Then get ready for the This is Ghana Exhibition 2025, a celebration of excellence in locally made goods and services. This year's exhibition brings together the very best that Ghana has to offer, from timeless traditional crafts to cutting-edge innovations. The This is Ghana Exhibition highlights the brilliance of Ghanaian entrepreneurs, artisans, and businesses who continue to shape the narrative of homegrown excellence. Brought to you by Channel 1 TV and 97.3 Citi FM, this is Ghana's biggest trade fair and exhibition, bringing together SMEs, startups, research and manufacturing sectors, indigenous corporate bodies, and local creatives in one exciting space. Join us in championing Ghanaian talent, creativity, and authenticity. Come explore, engage, and be inspired by the businesses and brands that are redefining Made in Ghana across every sector. The dates: Saturday the 6th and Sunday the 7th of September 2025. Time is 10 a.m. through till 5 p.m. each day. The venue is the A4 Sutherland Children's Park. For inquiries or participation details, call us on 0205 973 973. The This is Ghana Exhibition 2025 is powered by Channel 1 TV and 97.3 Citi FM and is proudly sponsored by MTN, EcoBank, and Side Hassle from EK Brand Consult.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is Citi
9:43 here on the Citi Breakfast Show. And there are a couple of other messages coming in on the education thing. There's a few coming in on the discussion we had earlier.
But before the messages, I just wanted to say that I have the authority to confirm that Tekura will be at This is Ghana. Yes. Yesterday was difficult, but today I have the authority.
You have the Iprimato.
Exactly.
To tell me
yes,
that Tekura, a business that you have interest in,
yes,
will be at This is Ghana.
Yes, and we make handcrafted decor and furniture. It's a heritage business essentially. So
I like it.
Sky, why?
I
like it.
Let me go and read the message.
No, that's good. I mean, Tekura does some of the finest
crafts you can find in the world. I mean, you talk about wall hangings, you can talk about tables you want to sit on and eat. These consoles, they are very traditional ones that they actually produce. When you walk into a house, if you want to keep your keys somewhere, you want to keep your coins somewhere, sometimes you have long consoles that are used for the purpose, or maybe you have a dining table. Yeah, that's right. They do these things. And if you believe in the African spirit, you believe in those marks previously produced in Benin, or you believe in the Kuyaba dolls, or maybe the Achipakwe of the Ever people. I mean, they do that in a truly fashionable and modern yet traditional sense.
Yes.
So it's good to know that you guys are coming. Would love to see some of the things you are producing, because that's my space. I love it. I love those carving.
We're trained in that.
Yeah, carving is a beautiful
in the
thing.
skill of the artificer.
Yeah, yeah, it's a beautiful thing.
Let's have some comments.
Okay, so this person says the parents from the public schools should meet government halfway. That's from our earlier discussion. The last salary I took in a private school was a degree holder before resigning from the school, and I earned 500 Ghana cedis. Aside the big international schools, you will be shocked how much the average private school teacher, even in Accra, and you will be shocked. This is Daniel from Lashibi 17. Edwin from Ablekuma says, good morning, Bernard. The education system in Ghana is not working properly. The private schools are charging us huge sums of money because the government is not providing the necessary equipment to aid learning. Even the private schools are taking a lot of money for textbooks. And here's another one, Mr. Avle. I work in a school too, and most of us are not teachers by profession. Some still in the university, and others have SHS and diploma certificates. We are paid between 500 and 800 Ghana cedis. School fees charged is below 250 Ghana cedis. And Kwame from Aflao says, good morning, team. I think the original sin was getting rid of the O and A level system. Even Form 4 leavers back then were up to a certain standard. Our current public education system is just not working.
I cannot disagree with this. A couple of birthday requests coming in.
Yeah, so this is not exactly a birthday request, but it's someone remembering a loved one. So this is coming in from Mrs. Joy Tupei, and it says that 25 years ago today, without you, Dada, yet your love still flows through us. Your wisdom and strength continue to guide us all. You are forever in our hearts, Mr. VVKK Tamaklo. May you continue to rest in perfect peace. It's coming in from Mrs. Joy Chupei. And then also let me read this message in connection with education, which is coming in from Geshon Kweku Gunu, a lawyer, who says, after listening to you guys and your discussion this morning on big schools, I can only thank God for myself for bringing me to Accra from my unique village, because without that, I wouldn't possibly have become the lawyer that I am today, trying to compare our discussions about big schools in Accra and how other schools, public schools especially, are struggling.
Okay.
More comments are in.
All right, I wanted to. Okay, please do that. Do some comments.
Okay, so these comments are concerning the conversation we had about the roads. This person says the authority take roadworthy and car insurance more seriously than road markings. Another person says, Bernard, it's true. Our general road infrastructure is in terrible shape, but have you seen how people drive in this country like there's no tomorrow? A lot of these road crashes can be prevented through the right attitudes. The recklessness is just too much. And this morning, I almost ran into a motorbike.
Oh dear.
The light was green at his end and was red at his end and green on my end. And he decided to go, and I couldn't see him ahead, so I had to quickly brake. It's terrible. Well, here's another one. Good morning to you. In the words of Mahatma Gandhi, the enemy is fear. We think it is hate, but it is fear. Let us therefore overcome our fears and insecurities and strive towards a society where unity and collaboration are valued above all else. By doing so, we can work towards the safety and prosperity of all individuals in our beloved Ghana. This is coming from Aaron Babakon Kokomisa in Accra. Good morning, CBS team. Road markings, the least said the better. The trot drivers always park anyhow. The National Road Safety Authority should step up. Trot drivers parking anyhow, no warnings for broken down vehicles. It goes on. We need to step up our game on safety. DJ Nature says, regarding road accidents, I believe our traditional media should spend a few minutes each day educating us about road safety in English and local languages. Adobia Inla says, good morning, Bernard. I completely agree with you. The Fama Nyame syndrome is one thing that continues to destroy us as a people. There have been a lot of accidents and tragedies which could have been avoided if we had priorities, if we prioritize security, investigation, and holding people accountable for their responsibility. It is very sad how we effortlessly lose our lives. It's Jones Adoboy in La. Okay. Tommy from Pig Farm says, good morning, Bernard. I thank you very much for the information. I will be traveling to Pando, my hometown, this weekend. Road marking is just poor on that stretch, so I don't drive late. Kofi Kwache in London.
Before you read, I just want to say something. You know, these days, road markings are just not only for just the driver driving, right? They are also helping vehicles on how to properly navigate the roads. So, for instance, there are driver assistance systems in vehicles these days. So, for instance, if you're driving to Pando in the night, and maybe for some reason you become too tired, and drivers sometimes neglect to actually sleep or rest, the vehicle can tell you that you are going off the markings. And they can actually even park you in some cases properly. It can actually even, direct you as to where you are going just by looking at the marking. If you are crossing over into a lane that you should not be in, the vehicle AI again will bring you back. These vehicles are in Ghana as we speak. Once you activate the systems, they are working. So beyond the fact that drivers use the markings to actually know when to cross, when not to cross, there are vehicles that are assisting drivers to actually do what is proper on the roads.
Yeah, I need to read a quick announcement before we come back to this. So, as part of the Maiden Week celebration scheduled from Monday 11th August to Wednesday 13th August, the Office of the Registrar of Companies had planned to hold a stakeholder symposium today, which is Tuesday 12th August. At the Alisa Hotel, Accra, at 10 a.m. However, the event has been postponed as the nation mourns its gallant statesmen. A new date will be announced in due course. So let me repeat this. As part of its maiden week celebration scheduled for Monday 11th August to Wednesday 13th August, the Office of Registrar of Companies had planned to hold a stakeholder symposium today, the 12th of August, but it's been postponed due to the situation the nation finds itself in.
Yeah, just also on that, the government has just issued what we generally call a circular funeral announcement. So it says His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, President of the Republic of Ghana and Commander-in-Chief of the Ghana Armed Forces, Her Excellency Nana Jane Opoku-Agyeman, Vice President, the government and people of Ghana and the families of the departed announce a state funeral for the departed 8 Ghanaians. Their photographs are here, and the time is 8 a.m. and the date is Friday, the 15th day of August 2025, and the place is the Black Star Square, otherwise known as the Independence Square, and all are cordially invited. And then also let me mention again that the government is inviting people who are interested in writing tributes to the memory or about the memory of the folks who died to make their submissions to the government at noon, before noon tomorrow. So if you're interested in having your tribute featured in the official brochure, you know what to do.
Okay. More messages coming in. Good morning, Bernard. I thank you. No, I think this has already been read. Okay, so hello, Bernard. As someone who lives in the UK, health and safety is a big deal. We have health and safety authorities and regulators. I think health and safety is zero in Ghana. Nobody cares. When there's a disaster, we talk and nothing happens. We need an effective health safety commission or authority in Ghana. We must not let this one pass like we always do. And this is Kofi Kwache in London. Julius from Dansoman says, good morning, Bernard and team. As you stress on safety, please do stress on maintenance culture as well. I have observed how the newly constructed overhead pass at the Kaneshi roundabout is well lit in the evenings. You drive to the overpass at Circle, once touted as Dubai, which is in total darkness, and I ask, did the minister not say he was fixing the street lights, or she? A few years spent in Germany and you can't help but admire their maintenance culture. Oh, Ghana, my beloved country. So is it that we have the money and not maintaining our roads with all the weeds growing? Is it laziness? Or is it just sheer negligence till we are awakened by a disaster?
And this one basically says, drive across the border to La Côte d'Ivoire and you see a clear difference between the quality of their roads and what we do have here. I drove from Tadi to Elubo. Wow, it was disaster. After crossing the border, I came across proper, very, very well lit roads in La Côte d'Ivoire. This is coming in from Koku, who's in the western region.
When buying anything, make sure you get the very best. Diamond 42.5R grade cement is the highest quality on the Ghanaian market. We've also got the affordable 32.5R, meaning there's a good deal for every pocket. You deserve the best. Locate Diamond Cement nationwide with factories in Aflao, Takrady, and Buipe. You may also call 0244313368. Diamond Cement, still as hard as a diamond.
Gone in a rush, on their way to praise your name, but the road took them away. We lost our legend, our shining star. Daddy lumber, your voice still travels far. And the skies grew dark that day when the chopper fell from grace. Now our streets are heavy with tears, our hearts are wounded with child's life is worth much more. Fix our roads, keep our skies so.
Happy birthday to my dear wife and best friend in love, Mrs. Frida Latte. May you be open to all the blessings of the universe as you celebrate your birthday from your husband, Emmanuel Latte. Happy 50th to Mr. Ernest Frimpong of Bedrock Insurance. Wishing you good health, long life from your wife, Hannah, and the children, Jesse, Janelle, and Jolion. We love you.
Opportunity to say good morning and congratulations to Elizabeth McCaffrey Jikunu, who is the new business manager to the general manager for commercial operations at Telecel. Elizabeth McCaffrey Jikunu, congratulations.
All right, that's all we have time for today's edition of the City Breakfast Show. Coming up next is the Brunch in the City. Before that, City News at 10 with Jubi Riafia Kenting. Good morning.
Good morning, Bernard. Coming up, election